We are live.
Hey.
Yo, Bruce Buffer got the best job in the world, bro.
It's incredible. Did you know? Hold on. Let me get Jamie. He's not here, but I'll be Jamie. Jamie, could you check his net worth? Yes, sir.
I'm going to guess Bruce Buffer is worth about 15 milli. No.
15?
Because it's suits. That's just his suits. I would say 50 milli. Yeah, no, Bruce Buffer guy's an intense suit game. I say 50. That's a 35 mil. Bruce Buffer net worth. So it seems like Jamie 2.0 is having issues with
I'm just gonna use my phone because
internet.
the internet in here is lacking.
X has that 3G apparently at the crib. The 3G internet. What do you think? Over under 35 mil for Bruce Buffer's net worth.
I'm gonna say Bruce. Oh my God, that's like
Bruce butt sex.
Buff. That shouldn't make me laugh. Still. Bruce Buffer's net worth. I'm calling you. Oh, I'm just got to do over under.
If you, yeah,
And you're saying 30?
35.
35.
Yeah.
Under. No. Hold on. Let me think. He's the UFC dude, right?
Yeah, he's good. It's time.
So the UFC makes a boatload of money.
Now, I mean, as always, I guess they always have. It is worth more now.
I'm gonna say his net. No, it can't. No, he's an announcer.
Damn, you
no.
indecisive fuck.
Under 35?
Under 35. All right, Jamie 2.0.
Bruce Buffer's net worth is $10 million.
Damn, I was right the first time.
Yeah, you were right the first time.
His suit game threw me off, bro.
Right, I get it, man.
He could borrow the
He spends
suits.
most of the money from the UFC on his suits.
You could borrow the suits.
What? No, dude, doesn't his brother, what was his brother's name?
Michael Buffer. That's what I'm looking up
Yeah,
right now. I want to
he
see what
makes-
he's the boxing
Michael
announcer,
Buffer?
right?
He makes $1 million
Right.
per
Yeah,
appearance.
He's the let me check that. Remember,
Is he like
UFC
the-
announcer to
Right.
boxing announcer
Right,
are
right,
different. Let me check for comparisons.
Big
Floyd
brother.
Jamie, could you
Mayweather
look that
is the
up?
world's most boring athlete, and he's worth
I will
almost
slap the shit out of
I
you.
agree
What'd you
with that.
say about
its style? It's no. So do
Floyd
not
Mayweather?
Hold
He's
on. Do not
boring.
confuse. Do not confuse technical prowess with Mighty Mouse. Is one of the most incredible fighters to watch, but he doesn't sell pay-per-views because he's so dominant in such a technical way.
So you're saying so I'm sorry. So you're boring. You're saying because of knockouts and stuff.
No,
right?
no. What? Who?
Well, I'm asking you guys. Like,
No,
what's
who?
in? Because I am super entertained by Mayweather
You're
and
super
Mighty Mouse.
entertained to
and
watch
Mighty
a
Mouse.
Mayweather match go
Yeah.
the distance where all he does is block the whole time.
No. Yeah. See, so
Yeah.
that's a different. That's a no. I'm
I
not,
appreciate
hold
the
on.
art.
But what I'm saying, right? So I'm not saying that he's not exciting to watch fight. What I'm saying for the casual viewer, he's not exciting because casual fans want to see someone die. If I enjoy watching Mighty Mouse fight in the UFC because I've never seen a fighter who decides how he wants to end a fight. He literally waited until 4 minutes and
Talking about the
59
armbar?
seconds. He literally dominated the fight for 24 minutes. And then in the last minute, it was like, what's the record for submissions? Is it 4 minutes and 35 seconds into the end of the fight? So he waited until 4 minutes and 59 seconds in the hit that armbar.
Who was that against?
Is Horiguchi.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
His record can never be beaten. Like,
The
it's
last minute.
impossible.
Oh, hold on. Michael Buffer. No.
Oh, I found
400
400 million.
What the?
Now-
Insane.
On rare occasions,
how
he
he
gets
gets them
paid
suits.
$1 million. His brother buys him.
Yeah.
He gets paid $1 million on rare occasions.
Yeah.
But it says oh my.
That's insane. So if that is not the best argument for how the difference
little?
between boxing money and UFC and mixed martial arts money, that's it right there. When the announcer is worth 10 times his brother.
His big brother.
So he goes to Thanksgiving like, oh man, UFC just gave me a raise. I get 100,000 per announcement. His brother just starts laughing, just laughing. He's like 100. He's like, oh yeah, because like you get 100,000 to get on the plane, right? He's like, what? No, to do the announcement. Oh no. Boxing gives me that much money just to step on the plane. I have a stepping on the plane fee.
It says he got $1 million a couple times, but he says 5 words. So he's basically getting paid $200,000 a word.
Incredible. That's good. That's golden voice. It sucks for Bruce
He looks
Buffer,
like he
but-
has a dungeon in his house where he keeps the people that were unwilling to pay him.
Hey, listen, it's okay. You can
Oh,
have
I
dungeon
bet.
in the crib.
No
That's
doubt.
fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Willing parties. Yo, listen, he gets paid a whole lot of money to just say things that I want to say all the time.
Bro, we say it for free. I say
Yeah.
it's time
Yeah.
all the time.
No, wait, with gusto.
Oh, yeah.
No. I need the gusto. You take
No,
I need 400 mil
Michael
worth.
Buffer and Bruce Buffer say different things, don't they?
Oh, yeah. No, the other guy says,
He says, let's get ready to rumble. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. But I need more
So hold on.
Bumble.
Let's get ready to. Oh, he's selling himself short. Michael Buffer or Bruce Buffer gets paid for its time.
No, but he also does a 360.
Oh, he spins around? Oh, he moves.
When he does, yeah. When he
so you're
announces
saying-
you in this corner or whatever. He didn't say this corner.
Oh,
He's like,
okay.
On the red, what does he say? On the red side?
On the blue side, yeah. In the blue corner.
In the blue corner. There we go. Yeah,
There we
that's
go.
what he says.
Yeah.
I think that's a good segment to start. I think we're going to hit the intro now. Intro time.
You're on with Maui,
No relation to the trademark whatsoever.
D-Mark,
I don't believe in none of this.
and X.
Which, by the way, Dick Wolf is the best name ever.
And this is When Awesome Collides.
And we're back. We actually never left.
I hope that's enough time.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need anywhere near that amount of time.
Okay,
but
that's
it's
fine. Hey, for everybody at home, you guys don't understand that it was real weird. It was just awkward. We just sat here silently because we don't know the amount of time for the intro that literally X can just program in. It could be like no time at all. Now that I think about it.
Tasty, though.
Yeah,
I
it
want
was organic though.
1 second.
We felt it.
1 second.
Okay, 12 seconds. Gotcha.
What are we talking about today, guys?
You decided on the topic for today.
Oh, so it's okay. My bad. I was just trying to lob it up. So you know.
No, man, you got it, man.
Yeah, I got it.
You
All
the
right.
host. You hosted it.
Oh,
You in it, man. Look at that.
Ooh, look at that.
Look at that. We're going on Maui speed.
Shit.
We crossing the sea right now.
If we all Maui speed, we're recording this 2 weeks too
That is
early, I
fair.
think.
They don't know.
So today we're going to be talking about. Oh, first off, welcome to When Awesome Collides. It's your boy Maui, and everybody else is here. Your boy D-Mark over there in the center. Well, you guys are listening to us. Don't know what the center is.
I sound like I'm in the center though.
Yeah, and then X over there next to him.
He on the side.
Yeah, he over there
He
somewhere.
clockwise. He 3 o'clock. Yes,
No.
because 12 is that.
So was the camera.
Oh, is the camera?
Yeah.
So you something.
You 3. Oh my god, for real?
All right.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Bro, have you
No,
ever seen
no,
the clock?
if you said you're the center, I was thinking
6 o'clock.
you
I'm
were
6 o'clock.
12.
Huh?
So then I was either 3 or I was 9.
Fuck 12, bro. What the fuck? How
Yeah,
dare?
ooh,
What?
whoa,
How-
it's 20s. You can't
Yo.
say that right now.
I cannot believe you
you're
called him
12?
12.
Yeah,
Whoa.
you can.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, he doesn't know. He
Hey,
doesn't know. Yeah.
No. Hey.
Yeah. What we call police.
Yeah, we can't. Oh, not in
I
2020.
thought that was 5-0.
It's also, yeah.
Come on, bro.
Cops have a lot of numbers, but please stop. Oh, bring it down. It's 2020.
Anyways, we're gonna be talking about some of our favorite RPGs, and then well, shit, man. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know. Like, I know we're talking about RPGs, bro, but like, what's the fancy way to say it? What do we agree upon?
We're doing
Role-playing
video games this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah,
There you
hey,
go.
So
Glad.
yeah, we
Thank you.
obviously we told you guys we're going to be doing different types of media. To this week, we're going to do a little delve into our love of RPGs, not just JRPGs.
We are 100% discussing that because now that I have talked to you and the other person, I want to get into that.
Bet. So we're gonna talk about RPG video games. I am gonna talk about Kingdom Hearts, which apparently one of us or two. I swear to God,
I
D-Mark.
think it's both
Both
of
of
us.
us.
I will. I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts that apparently neither of these two bozos have played before. I don't even understand.
No.
No.
I
Let me
have
finish.
played Kingdom
Let me
Hearts.
finish. I cannot believe that in my lifetime, some of the people that I call my best friends and apparently are gamers and play role-playing games have not played the best. I'm sorry, no. One of the top 3
You see that
greatest.
caveat you
Stop!
just
Hold
put
up!
in there?
Hold up!
You see that caveat
Let
you
me
just threw in
finish.
there?
Let me finish. You gonna get your chance.
Is you finished?
You won't get your chance. I'm
Or
not
is you
finished,
done?
honestly. I'm not finished or done. One of the top 3 greatest RPGs of all time. Kingdom Hearts.
That's wrong, but that's fine.
You haven't even played it, bitch. How can you have an opinion on something you know nothing about?
That's actually fair. I agree with that. I can't tell you where it would place in the annals of video game history.
Shout out anal, bro.
With
Shout
a-
out.
without completing the game. That's actually a great point you make. You can't
Have an
assess
opinion.
how good something is without experiencing that thing.
That's right.
How'd 3 turn out?
Are we really going to talk about that right now?
Actually,
like right this
no.
second? I
So,
don't even want to talk about it right now.
From
That's
what
fucked
I've
up.
heard, and I actually look forward to playing it this year. It's on my game, my 20. So every year I beat 26 games. That is all of the Kingdom Hearts, which is like all of the console versions, like the 8 that are on console. Yes, 6, 7, 8, something like that.
around there.
I'm going to beat all those this year, so I'm looking forward to play it. People said that it's not what Kingdom Hearts should be, but it's an okay way to experience the game for casual play, like for the new fan.
Yeah, it's big casual for sure. And then what are you guys talking about? What games are you guys bringing to the table?
I am going to be talking about the Tales of series, one of the best and most underrated series of games. Actually, I have a couple, but I will mainly talk about that one. There's some ones that people are sleeping on so hard. It's like Rumpelstiltskin in this bitch.
I feel you.
Can
you spell Rumpelstiltskin for me real quick?
Rumple, like Rumple, Rumple, like mince, mince.
What?
Rumple mince,
Stiltskin. It's like StiltSkins.
Like foreskin.
But Rumpelstiltskins.
Shout out Foreskin Gang. Shout out to Foreskins.
Hey, ooh. Yeah, like he got hey, shout out to everybody with the hoods on the Maybach.
Yes, sir.
You know, keep it cold, keep it warm in the winter.
Yes, sir. Turtleneck Gang.
I got you. Hey. Yeah, you know, if you ever get hungry, you got the meal in there. You go ahead and get the cheese. Get the cheese out of there.
Let's go.
Let's go. Ain't no starving
It's
for you.
vegan if
No,
it comes
sir.
from people, though. That's the
fair.
only kind of
That's
cheese
right.
you
You
eat,
know what I'm
right?
saying?
Need that spread, boy.
Hey, you got some crackers? Hey, you got a meal, bro?
Let's go.
Hey.
Who needs that skinny cow?
Call that skin cow. You get it?
All right, I'm done with the dick
that's-
cheese jokes. What else? We
I
talking
don't know
about
if we were
tails?
joking.
I hope so. We
you
were
gonna be
literally
talking about?
laughing.
So when we brought this up and we said series, I didn't want to sound too cliche, but I have very, very strong opinion. I'm going to say Bethesda in general.
That's good. That's what I thought you were going with. But actually, you know what? I thought you were going to talk about The Witcher. I'm surprised.
The Witcher will get brought up because it can't not get brought up
Right,
because
right.
it is arguably the greatest game of the console generation that we are currently in.
I can't agree with that, but that is fine. That's your opinion.
I said it's arguable. I didn't say it is. I
Yeah,
said
no,
it's
I mean,
arguably
okay,
Everything's arguable.
Everything's arguable.
perfect.
Okay.
So what did I say that needed to have you guys?
Okay. All right.
There. He had his
But
caveat.
no. The series of The Witcher is ass. Witcher 3 is phenomenal. So I don't want to bring up 1 and 2 because, fuck them. So
Did you play them when they were relevant? I know this sounds weird.
I played
but,
2 when it was relevant.
Okay,
I
'cause, like,
never
that's
played
one.
1.
One of
but
the biggest problems I have with playing older games, like so with the Tales of series, there's one I can't play. Well, I can play it, so I have a weird thing about pirating things. Is like, so a lot of people I talk to about it, they're like, well, if you can't possibly own it, then you should be fine sailing the high seas on it. Like, so there's a game, Tales of Innocence. It's Japanese only. They made a remake of it only in Japan. So, but you can get an emulator with an English translation to play it over here. And I said, man, I hope they remake it so I can play it. And people are like, well, if you can't get it, then why not emulate it? I'm like, well, but then I'm stealing. And they're saying, stealing from who? Nobody? And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. So that's something I'll think.
a victimless crime
It's
is not
all
a
your
crime.
rights all the time. I get it. I understand. But yeah. So I look at the original of that, and I'm like, man, I don't think that would have aged well. Like, it's like, so that's why I asked you if you played it when it was relevant or now, because I know one of the trickiest things about playing a game that, because someone's like, hey, go play an old game. A game I can't. If I hadn't played it when it was new, which we can talk about, then I would hate it. It's the old Final Fantasy VII. Like 9 is my favorite Final Fantasy. I played it when I was in 6th grade. First game I ever beat. I could play it now. I've played it recently. Like I played it like last year. Still great. I tried to play 7, like the original 7. My eyes bled. Couldn't do it.
It's I know it's not an RPG franchise, but it's the same thing with like old Resident Evil games. Like they're great, but you go back and you try to play the original
hard.
ones, and it's like
It's
tank
hard.
controls. It's like no matter what, up moves you forward, but forward is relative, so you can't really ever change your direction easily. And with the cameras being fixed, so I can't go back and play any of those, even though I played them around the time that they were out. I was like, these games were great, and then I play them again. I'm like, oh my god, no, they're
Progress
not.
was made for a reason.
Yeah, they're just trash.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna be talking about. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm zoned out, bro. What did you give me, bro? What is this? What is this?
So
what are
we're
we
drinking up for everybody at home. If you're not watching this online, we are so more so X than X. So probably X Lenny than me in order of people who have palates refined enough to handle top tier drinkeries like they do. Drinky boys, as I like to call them, with my Cro-Magnon vocabulary. But we're just shout out Neanderthals.
Shout out all those people that used to paint on their walls.
Yeah,
Shout out
Big
Geico Spose. Dang, wait a minute. The old guy. Oh man, they even went extinct there too. because they got flown out underneath
You
the
remember they
Neanderthals.
tried to do a whole
no, hold on,
sitcom?
was
The caveman,
Was
remember?
that-
Was that Geico?
Was
yeah,
that
yeah,
Geico?
yeah. No, it was
Yeah,
Geico.
yeah.
And then they tried to do like an actual TV show of the Geico caveman that lasted like 6 episodes.
Dang, what?
Bro,
Yeah.
it's bad.
Hey, you at home, look it up, put it in the comments if it was good or not, if you've already seen it, because I would like to see it. I'm going to have to watch
I don't
it.
know
We're
if I
going to
want
talk
people
about
watching our show who say we're good if they also think that the
I don't care
Geico
who says we're
caveman
good.
TV show was good.
People said we're good.
If you, somebody said we're good. My mom
I would
says
hope
we're
so.
good.
Yeah, check out. Go to OnlyFans too. Check out the OnlyFans.
Oh, you
No,
talking
check
about
out.
my mom's
No.
OnlyFans?
Well, speaking of her OnlyFans, while you're checking out D Marks' mom's OnlyFans, please go to onlyfans.com/when awesome collides, the 3 after the W in awesome, and then you will find our OnlyFans there.
And in all reality, the content may be a little lacking, but we want you to tell us what you want
yeah,
to
we're
see.
gonna customize it to be what you like.
If you let us know what you're looking for, that's what you'll get.
Yes, sir.
We ain't trying to put shit on there that nobody cares about. It needs to be meaningful every time. If you're paying for it,
per butthole pick, per Xavier's
Yes,
butthole pick.
sir.
it's going to be the same butthole pick each month.
It's just inverted.
So you only have to pay me $20
Just change
each
the filter.
month.
We'll change it right. It'll be seasonal, like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, it'll be topical for whatever's going on, like,
Yeah.
currently.
I can't wait for the
You know what I'm
Happy
saying?
Holidays butthole pics from
It's
Xavier.
summer, so you
great.
might see some sunscreen splattered all
Oh,
around
yeah,
it.
bro. We got
Oh,
it.
no.
We in there. Hey, you say
No.
that. Somebody out there say,
Oh,
hey.
you know what? Yeah, get it how you live,
hey,
bro.
we ain't
Shout
judging.
out.
It's 2020.
Yeah, it's
Some people
2020.
I
like
ain't trying to
feet.
get a sunburnt asshole while we're
Hey,
taking these
I get it.
pictures, bro.
Some people like feet, so as long as
Yeah, shout out.
ain't no wrong. Ain't
Yeah,
nothing wrong.
you already heard D-Mark got the feet pics on
Hey,
deck.
I'm
$5
ready.
I got feet
$5
tattoos.
perfect.
People
I get
want
it.
feet pics. I
See?
got interesting feet.
Hey, let's go.
Listen, OnlyFans/when awesome collides. Hook it up.
But anyway, go ahead and tell us about your garbage ass Disney
Yo,
game.
what do you talk? Listen. So this is my thing. So I played Kingdom Hearts when that shit came out. I remember like I didn't buy the first one when it came out. I will say that, but the second one and the third one I got them when both when they came
Okay,
out.
that's nice.
And
Have you played any of the spin-offs or just the mainline titles?
just the main line.
Okay.
So we actually, shout out to my boy Garrett. We used to try to stream back in the day. We actually did a speed run. Shout out to the speed gamers. They inspired us to do
Speed run gamers, not gamers who do speed.
Yeah, none of
yeah,
the
yeah.
drugs. Shout out to you too, but
Shout out to the drug
Also,
speed, but stay
let's-
away from
we,
us.
We didn't mean, we didn't mean you.
No, I mean I might shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
it's 2020. We're trying
2020, bro.
It's 2020.
The rules don't matter.
Right, it don't matter. But yeah, so we were inspired to play all through. So I did play Chain of Memories because that was kind of like the main like spinoff that was kind of like around that time that
Was
made
that
sense to play.
originally on the DS?
Yes, it was. No,
Or was it a
yeah,
phone?
no, it was.
No, that was
Or was
PSP.
that the phone game?
Wasn't it? Chain of Memories
No,
PSP?
no,
Hey,
it
Jamie,
was-
could you look that up? Yes, sir. I don't know why. Jamie sounds like an old.
That's not what
Flavor
Jamie
Old
sounds
Wayne.
like. And if
Alright.
he was here with us today, he'd be upset about it.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, yeah.
That's what Jamie sounds like to me.
Oof.
That's rough.
But anyways, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it had to have been on GameCube because we played it on the emulator.
It
Like,
wasn't on GameCube.
No. We played it on the GameCube with the emulator.
Oh my God. Game Boy
What?
Advance.
Yeah, there you go.
How? Oh yeah, it was
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Game Boy Advance. Man, wow,
Yeah.
that came out a long
so
time
the
ago.
GameCube had an attachment for the game.
74% of
Oh
people
yeah, I
liked
remember
it.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was big ass, by the way. Like you had to play like cards and shit to attack and shit.
That sounds
It
incredible.
was terrible. No,
That
it was
sounds
awful.
Card games are great.
I love card.
No. If it ain't card captors, I can't get with it. Or Yu-Gi-Oh. That's it.
Yu-Gi-Oh's
It
ass.
came out on
What?
November 11th, 2004.
Yeah. Dating myself there. But now we played this shit like it was in 2009 when we did us.
It says it was on PS2 as well.
Was it on
What?
PS2?
In Japan only? Like JA?
Yeah,
Does it say JA
yeah,
next to
probably.
the thing?
Nope, it just says Game Boy Advance and then PlayStation 2.
Maybe it came out way after the fact. I don't know.
But then, oh, never mind. That was going to be dumb. I'm not going to say it.
All right,
Yeah,
bro.
probably. Yeah, good
You
call.
can get it on eBay for $6.
Damn, $6. Hey, shout out eBay. Big cheap gang.
Hey.
Big budget buying. But yeah, no, I played the first one, I played the second one, I played the third one, I played the Game Boy Advance one as well for a speed run. But what I really like about Kingdom Hearts is that it actually goes through a lot of like different stages. Like, so a lot of the RPGs, they have a lot of real world connections and stuff like that. And I think that's what's so relatable and why we enjoy playing them, right? You get to live another life and kind of escape. But what this one did really
Every day's a
well.
waking nightmare. Yeah, no
No,
doubt.
yeah. Shout out to my nightmares. Shout
Shout out to the sleep paralysis demon who he's my only comfort at night.
yes, sir. He beats me off sometimes. It's whatever.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
The
Yeah, shout
day
out.
is a walking nightmare.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out that.
No. Okay. I just,
Was that a problem?
no,
It sounded pretty cheery to me, actually.
yeah, I just wanted to repeat it. I just
Yeah.
thought that maybe I should repeat it.
Thought I said waking, but if I said walking, those are true.
It's same shit.
It's I'm traveling down a lonely road.
The only
The
difference
only
between
road
waking and walking is that
I have
L. Am I
ever
right?
known. And that road is a waking nightmare. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yo, Creed be hitting them beats, bro. I'm telling you, Creed.
Hey, the Black Parade, bro.
Yeah, yo, I'm telling you, Creed puts out nothing but bangers.
Yeah. Oh, well, imagine as I pace in the pews of a church corridor, and
What Creed album was that?
Look at this photograph.
Is that the name of the album?
That was the name of the album.
Oh shit.
Cool enough. If you bought the album, you got a whole Nickelback.
Oh my God! Stop. Okay, talk about Kingdom.
Oh,
I can't
sorry.
even.
I can't
I
even.
can't even, bro.
I can't even, bro. But
I would like to buy this album. Of course, sir. Here's your change. What? Yeah, you get a Nickelback.
it's a promo that we're running. Every
You
Nickelback
get- you
CD.
get a
No matter the
Nickelback.
amount of money you paid for it, it was great.
Oh shit. Anyway, so Kingdom Hearts does a few things very well, right? They have like a lot of the nostalgia stuff. So all the Disney characters that you may recognize over the years from growing up in your childhood, if you've seen any sort of Disney movie, they kind of have those in there. And then as time went on, they started including Final Fantasy characters as well, because Square.
Yeah, right. When the wasn't it like a rights thing at the beginning? Like they didn't have the rights to all the characters, you know?
For
Final
They
Fantasy
did
part.
not. No.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I thought.
Yeah,
They
Square
didn't have
Enix did not have the right
Well, they did,
to
but they didn't want to.
every Disney thing ever.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. So my fault. It wasn't the Final Fantasy characters. It was the Disney characters that they had. They didn't have the rights for.
Yeah,
licenses
Square could
for.
use all the Final Fantasy characters. They could not use all of the Disney characters.
Right,
They
right.
didn't have licenses for
Yeah.
like the whole,
right. It makes
which
sense.
is why 3 took so long to even
Right.
get made.
Yeah. So one of the things that it kind of goes through is so Sora's the main character. Also, shout out the
Is
Clown
Sora
Shoes.
a dude or a chick? And I know.
It's a dude.
Okay.
Clown Shoes boy.
Homeboy. Yeah. Homeboy Sora. Homeboy Riku. Right. They were best buds, or like they were rivals, really. And then there was Kairi. She was the.
Sakura.
Oh yeah, we talking about like Naruto. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. She was
Yeah.
Sakura. Yeah. Same exact thing.
Do you think that's where Kyrie Irving got his name from?
Guys, you guys are too much today. I'll be honest. I can't even keep my sentences together because I have to try to keep up with your guys and your wits and your jokes.
We got our wits.
I was asking. I wanted to be educated. I wanted to know something, so I asked a question.
And it's not even Kyrie. It
You
is
said
Kyrie.
Kyrie.
It is Kyrie. It's not spelled the same way though.
It's Kairi.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's where he could have got his name from. He just said, "I didn't want to get sued for copyright infringement, so
I
I
don't
spelled
think-
it
I
different."
think he was born before
Yeah.
2004. You think he went like into the future to play the game to go back in time to tell his
Oh,
mom?
hold on. Time out. How old is who's first? Is it Kyrie the game or Kyrie?
Kyrie Irving is like
You
26,
telling me-
27.
Oh no, yeah, Kyrie Irving older than me,
Thank
right?
you. I was about to, no
26,
Well,
27.
hold on. What you trying to say? I'm old, nigga? What
No,
the-
I'm saying I think he's
If-
younger
if-
than you.
He's younger than all of us.
Is it Kyrie Irving?
No,
You got that beard. Bro. Look, listen, bro. Like
He's
I'm gonna be honest.
26 or 27.
As soon as you grow facial hair, I think you're 27 immediately. Like,
Okay,
I
cool,
cannot.
because that's how old he is.
Oh, is he
I
27?
don't know. Hold on, I'll look.
All right,
Hold on.
look it up, Jamie. I wish Jamie was here. Yo, shout out Jamie, bro. Like I know he's not here and stuff. He's going through some shit. But I hope he's alright and he'll be back in serving these drinks because our current bartender and Jamie suck.
He's 28 years old.
So he is just a little bit younger than me.
Yep.
But he looks like 5 years older than I.
Yeah, because he got a beard.
Yeah, I
He
can't
also
grow.
looks
No,
sleepy.
no.
Can't grow facial hair.
Okay, I was just wanted to make sure everybody knows it.
Oh, yeah. Just point
Wow,
that
that's
out
rude.
to everybody.
Okay, but
Yeah.
continue. Sorry, we're no more interrupting. We
No,
good.
no,
We
no.
Gucci.
You're good. You're good. But the reason
He's only 6'2".
not all listen, Xavier. Not everyone that plays in NBA is 6
It
fucking
is,
7.
it's kind of wild though to think that like he's only 6'2". That dude's still a giant compared to like regular people.
Yeah.
But he's a tiny baby person in NBA standards.
I'm 6'1", so like I could probably
You
take
are
him.
not 6'1".
Ain't no way.
Yeah, I am.
You are
100%.
not. You are not 6'1".
All right, after this we'll get a fucking tape measure. Before
right,
y'all leave today,
check out
fucking
OnlyFans.
6'1".
Check out OnlyFans. We're doing a combine style tape measure.
Not because of where my shoulders are,
Mostly
but
because of
how
my penis.
large my head is.
That could be fair. You do got a big head.
I have a huge head.
What does that mean?
He got a large noggin.
Yeah, just 'cause
he's
he
tall.
has-
He got a
I
tall
I
head.
can't fit
His
in
head
all
tall.
size fits
He's
hats,
got
bro.
He's got a
Oh, me
he's
neither.
basically got a cone head.
That makes sense. Yeah. He has a good like
very conular.
14
Yeah.
inches of head.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, easily.
Nope.
Was it Val Venus? Val Venus would love.
Hello, ladies.
Right,
But yeah, the reason why I like it, the reason why I like Kingdom Hearts so much is that not only does it take you like the whole like Disney Wonderland and all that stuff, but it actually teaches you a lot. Like surprisingly enough, it teaches you a lot about like depression and kind of like overcoming obstacles and stuff like that. And
Spoiler warning.
no, yeah. Oh yeah, listen. At this point, if y'all peeps are coming through our show and don't want no spoilers, I don't know what to tell you,
Don't
bro.
come to our show.
We are gonna talk about all this shit, and I'm gonna talk about some pussy. So like, it's all encompassing.
Some Kingdom Hearts. Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
yeah,
Cheshire
Rule
Cat's
34.
in that game.
Hey, let go.
Hey. What was your question again, D? I'm sorry. You asked.
No
you asked-
question.
I have
Weird.
a question.
You keep
No,
going.
he said how so. I was
Oh,
talking about,
yeah. No, that's what I want to say. So, yeah, you said it touches topics of depression, but I can ask that after you give this thing. I'll keep that question
I won't
tabled.
remember, so I'm just gonna say it right
I'm
now.
going to table it. It look like
All right, so Kingdom Hearts, Kyrie, not the basketball player, the bitch. All right, so
Whoa!
Oh
no,
my God.
no.
Whoa.
The nice young lady. We've talked about this multiple times.
No, you're the one that's offensive. I am just
I'm
getting
not offensive.
You're the one that called the fucking dude from Up the fat kid.
I feel like that's better than the bitch, though.
Yeah, Kyrie. I mean, Kyrie's nothing but like what 12, maybe 13 years old. So yeah, she's definitely not a bitch. She's a very nice young lady.
Yeah, she's a nice young lady. She,
Yeah,
ain't,
yeah.
she ain't aged up enough yet.
Yeah, not for sure.
She ain't had the chance to leave somebody on red and then date his best friend yet.
Yeah, hey, listen. Shout out to the chicks that leave boys on red. It gives us character.
Hey, you character development. You a necessary roadblock in our leveling.
Yes, sir.
Dialogue options.
That's why I'm not romantic.
Get it.
Anyways, so it talks a lot about like the different struggles. So give you guys a synopsis. Sora and Riku and Kairi, they're on this island. They're living their life. Literally, Sora's in the middle of like giving this chick this fruit that means like they're gonna be like together forever.
Pop-out fruit.
Yeah. Shout out to the pop out fruits. And then like as that goes, like as that they're trying to make that happen, like the storm comes out of nowhere and essentially like sucks everybody out of a different dimension. Ooh. Yeah, yo, if you can suck me to a different dimension, yo, hit my DMs.
Let's go.
Yo, I need that. I need that Kingdom Hearts top, bro. I'm not playing. Yo, I need that shit ASAP.
That's a t-shirt.
Yo, I need that Kingdom Hearts top. Check out the OnlyFans for the merch.
It said pull the nobody out of it.
She trying to suck that nobody out to nigga, bro. Leave a nigga heartless.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
This beer's hitting.
It's excellent. We should not have started with this.
Hey, what is this, by the way, bro?
It's
We never said it.
Abraxas. That's actually what it's Abraxas. It's a level 12 beer. You've got to be a hopomancer in order to even just be able to sniff it.
Can you give us an actual like description here, Xavier?
Nope, because I still don't know what's happening other than Kingdom Hearts sucks people into another dimension.
Yeah,
and
and
I'm
I need
sitting
that.
on the edge of my seat to try to figure out why I care about this game.
Yeah, I got you. So as this goes on, they get sucked to a different dimension, and then like so, and I still need that, by the way. But then like all of a sudden, so Sora's the main character. He ends up meeting like Donald and Goofy. This is how you, Donald Duck and Goofy
Duck.
I don't think Goofy has a name, bro. I think he's just Goofy.
He's just there to yuck some shit up, right?
Yup.
Goofy Huckerson.
Also, one thing I would tell everybody right now: Donald is fucking worthless in the game.
Useless. I played enough of the game to know that.
Oh, so
I'm
now
like,
you
hey,
played
could
it.
you
Hold
help?
on. So now you've played
He said
it.
he didn't beat it. I'm
Right.
the one who never
So
turned
remember,
it on.
I said
direct
I-
So
your
you're
anger to the right
you're
place.
the one that's a bitch.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I get stuck on
Didn't
the
have a
Tarzan
PlayStation.
level
You
I
every
was
time.
too poor.
You are a grown. No, stop. Hold on. Time out. You're a grown man.
We just talked about how you
No.
can't go back and play shit because it don't
That's
make
actually
sense.
one of the things we said. Like, it's hard to. So the only reason I'm going to go back and play them myself is because they made the remaster boys. So they look slightly better, and I don't like my eyes to hurt when I play video games.
That's fair. I understand.
Like trying to go back and play like Morrowind. That's why Greedfall. Follow me on twitch.tv/SandwichChampionNova. I'm playing Greedfall right now, which is like if they took Mass Effect and said, hey, would it be cool if we developed this on a Nintendo 64? And they say, yeah. And then they put it out like a PS4 game.
Shit, I feel you. We out here. This Abraxas kicking my ass, bro. I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, no. So I was talking about Kingdom Hearts, and I was talking about Kyrie. Yo, I'm tweaking today,
All right,
bro.
well then you better get through your shit so
Yeah,
you can
how
explain
about-
to people why your game is better than our games.
Is that what the definition? How dare you?
See, that's his definition.
hold
So
on.
remember,
are we, am
so-
I trying to convince you guys
No,
that Kingdom
no.
Hearts
No,
is
you're
better?
not. I just live in a very
I
adversary
literally was about to
style
say
of
that.
life.
Got it.
After talking to the other his nobody,
Yeah.
his heartless, they live their life adversarial.
Listen, we've already made so many jokes. I ain't even gone through the fucking game. I'm just talking about the intro. And you're going to tell me that this game ain't better than y'all shits? Okay, I'm going to keep going real quick.
It's more topical. It's easier to talk about because we have some frame of reference.
Not this guy. He's never played.
You know,
Still laughing.
Disney
I know what
He's still
Disney
laughing.
stuff is though.
He's still laughing, though.
Because I'm funny.
No, it's the content that's funny.
My content is.
I think it's funny that this is
killing
the
them.
game you picked, but keep going.
All right, so they meet Donald Duck, Goofy, and Mickey. Well, way later.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, way later. Yeah, way later. And they give this man a blade is literally a blunt object. So I wanna shout out Sora real quick because he literally beats the brakes off people. He like
It's
Sonic.
not a sword. It's more of a hammer.
Yeah, it's so you know how Sonic has the coins that gets knocked. He gets the shit knocked out of him. Coins come out. Sora knocks the shit out of these fucking nobodies and heartless, which is the bad guys in the game, and knocks balls out of them like
Literally
little orbs,
balls, man, orbs.
and monies.
I hate it.
MUNNIES. No,
is it?
It's
Yeah.
monies.
Well, money is the individual term.
But it's monies.
Monies.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love it. No, I love the fuck out of that.
That's a word, though, yeah?
I mean, it's a word for them. Like that's actually like it's not.
MONEY is money.
Yeah,
Monies is plural money.
yeah, but not with MU.
Monies isn't a word.
Monies really isn't
Yeah, it
a
is.
word.
know what's
Monies,
cool?
the plural form of money as used in financial contexts.
Shout out
Bitch.
Webster. How do you spell that shit though?
I don't know how you said the other thing was spelled, but money.
MUNNIES. Monies. But anyways, he goes around and beats people with a blunt object. It's really just a blunt sword. Like it's not even a sword. It's a blunt, big ass key. Like think about like the old school skeleton keys. Like you think about like the 1920 house.
Skeleton key.
Yeah, skeleton key. Yeah. So just like that. And he goes around and goes on adventures, different worlds. He gets for whatever reason, you get sucked in a different planet. He goes from living on an island where he doesn't know anybody else existed to like, hey, I'm in a different universe.
The concept behind that island, by the way, it just I can't wrap my
all
brain
the
around
worlds,
it.
all the worlds are like that. Like just like, hey, it's just a world with this one thing in it.
Right, like you expect me to believe that these kids like live on an island with no houses. Like it's got one house.
Yeah, it's like
One house.
4 tree houses.
Yeah, 4 tree houses.
Yeah,
but
that's
like
it.
no parents. They don't know where
No,
they
they
went.
chilling.
They just cooling.
They just existed. They didn't ask no
That's
questions.
crazy, bro.
It's just like Adam and Eve.
Where they eat at?
Yeah, the pow fruit.
Only pow. So wait,
That's it.
They had to search for the pow fruit at
And
the beginning of the
crabs.
game. Remember, you had to search for the pow fruit.
Yeah.
So you got a bunch of kids that have crabs and fruit.
Yes, sir.
Yep, bunch of
Shout
fruity
out.
crab kids.
They have crabs because there's no adults there.
Right, that's fair.
Oh, that makes sense why Sora and Riku were such, like rivals only had one chick to fight.
That's
with.
fair, bro.
They're like, bro, somebody getting pussy, and it's gonna be me.
It's right. I'll rape you for it.
Yeah.
And Kyrie's like, do I get a choice? No.
no, it's me or him, and it's gonna be me because I'm gonna win. No matter what you feel, she like, oh, somebody gonna, I guess.
Where
hit
you
it.
gonna go to the other side of the island?
Yeah.
It's only one door. I got it. Bro.
Yeah, that's a lot of. Actually, there's a lot of pressure for her. Like, you have to repopulate that island, and you'd be like, is these niggas gonna have to fight over me? Or what about me? What if I don't like none of these niggas? What am I supposed to do? What if I like women? They
But
would
even if you repopulate the island with one chick, how are you going to keep repopulating it? It's going to look like the hills have eyes
it's a lot
after
of
a little
pressure.
bit.
I'm saying it's a lot of pressure. Or you know what? What if Sora like dick?
I was gonna say something, but I'm not X, so I can't say what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that makes sense. We don't want another bleeping.
Oh yeah,
episode.
no, we don't have to bleep that out. So
Yeah.
continue.
But yeah, so they go different worlds, traveling with Donald and Goofy, and you meet like Hercules, you meet Maleficent, all the bad guys in Disney are like they're in this organization to try to like take over the keyholes of the planets to try to be able to. You know what? This game sounds very sexual.
Dude,
The more I talk about it, knocking balls out of people,
Sucking in keyholes.
sucking in a different
You
dimension.
gotta stick the keys in the holes.
I
turn
need
them up,
it. Yeah, I
turn 'em
really do
on.
need it, bro.
Gotta turn on the worlds.
And I will say this too: the music in the game gives me chills.
When you
Always.
walk away, you don't hear me say, please, no baby, go.
Na, 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 na,
Making me feel tonight. It's hard to let it go.
So fire, so fire. And the next one's my favorite. That was the same one. My bad. I can't remember the next one, but it's gonna come to me later as I'm
no doubt,
flowing.
no doubt.
But you meet all the Disney characters. They all have like very specific. Like one of my favorites is like Winnie the Pooh. You have to go meet Winnie the Pooh, not in his own world. Well, it is his own world, but it's inside of a book. So you have to like get into it. You have to go to Merlin's house. Like, yo, Merlin, I'm trying to fix some shit. Something's a muck around here, and I got to figure it out. And then you figure out, just jump in a book, and you meet Winnie the Pooh.
Are you confused as to why? Because every Winnie the Pooh cartoon
Is in a
takes
book.
place in a
Takes
book.
place in the book.
Are you dead ass right now?
yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen an episode.
So
of
that's
They
that.
why-
open the book at the
Right.
beginning.
So yeah,
of the
that's why the
thing.
art style.
What about Chris Robbins?
Bro, he
Christopher
chilling.
Robbins.
He in the book.
How is
He's
he in
part
the
of
book?
He's part of the story.
He jumps in. Oh, he's
He's
part of
not
the
like
story?
Blue, bro. He don't skidoo into the thing. He's
Oh,
already there.
Blue Skidoo.
I thought he
we
was
can
like,
too.
oh no, what the fuck is that? What was that one fucking show where they had like the magic conch that they touched and they rubbed it and they jumped into?
SpongeBob?
No, Dragon Tales. Dragon Tales.
Something about hold my hand.
Tales. Na, 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 na.
Let's all go to Dragon
It wasn't.
Land.
The conch was. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, is that?
You
Oh
just-
no, that's SpongeBob. Yeah,
It was
like,
a scale.
can I have
It was
something
a
to
scale,
eat?
bro.
Yeah,
It was a-
what's it? Just a dragon
It's a
scale?
dragon scale.
Dragon scales. Dragon scales. Shout out to the fucking
That
dragon
was a
scales.
dragon conch. Like
Yeah, bro. I thought it was like a clam.
That almost
Wasn't that a
sounds
fucking
like
clam?
a
magic
cloaca.
clam?
oh yeah, it did look
That
like
almost sounds like-
did look like a clam.
Yeah.
Please don't. Wow, bro.
What are we talking about now? The clap?
No,
Oh,
you said dragon conch, and I was like, no, they
Cloaca.
have cloacas.
That's a.
No, the
yo,
cloaca
have
is.
you guys? I don't mean to derail this completely, but
Oh.
y'all niggas have seen those fucking dragon dildos, the ones that like.
From Bad Dragon, yeah. I don't own any, but I've seen them, and that's why they bring up so many questions. But honestly, they bring up a question that I can easily answer, but I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to be X. Because you know my stance on.
How do I keep getting thrown under the bus? Is the
Because you're the one that says questionable things.
Yeah.
no? I ask questions and then get yelled at for it.
So
Yeah. But you
so-
take it to a next level, though.
right.
That's
so
your.
the
thing.
reason why Bad Dragon isn't like. It was weird until I started realizing who would use them. And you know my stance on.
I see where we're going at.
Right.
Listen, shout out to the dragon dildos, bro. If you like dragon dildos, hit up our fucking OnlyFans. I swear to God, I'll buy one, and we can just look at them together. Like, fuck it.
I was like, bro, if you're
Right.
no,
I was saying, whoa,
No,
this-
bro.
if
And
it's OnlyFans, you better show them how to use it.
That's
listen, bro, it's gonna be expensive, bro.
You got to make your money back.
Listen.
an investment.
If y'all willing to pay for it,
What?
Ooh,
y'all willing to pay for it.
not me. I'm out.
If y'all willing to pay for it, I'm only gonna buy a small boy.
Oh.
I'm not gonna buy the big boy. So that's the crazy part. They have different sizes.
This
I know.
Don't ask me
Max's
how I
must be
know.
hitting.
What? No, it's hidden extra.
Okay,
good.
that's fair.
But I will say they have 3 different sizes. So they have like the small, medium, and extra large. They didn't even say large. It's extra large. So this-
Like if you've made it to this point, you ready
Yeah,
for the
like-
boss.
yeah.
You ready for the boss.
You're not even trying
Which
to get
is
the
fun.
underbus.
Which is fun because in a lot of role playing games, the biggest boss is so much bigger.
See how this motherfucker brung it back? You see how you brung
Yeah,
that
it's
shit
full
back?
circle.
I fucking love you, bro.
We live in a full circle. That's
We
all
live
we
in
do.
a society.
If we don't do a full circle, whoever invented these is somebody who plays a lot of JRPGs.
And or regular Western RPGs. And by
No.
regular, I use the
No.
word regular, which is kind of weird because it implies that JRPGs
That's
are
the
weird one.
norm.
Right.
Like that's the default.
Can we talk about that? Like, just let me
No.
just talk about the argument.
No.
No.
Could you go ahead?
That
and
argument will be had when we finally understand why you care about Disney
no doubt.
characters
Okay,
with
I got
Final
you.
Fantasy
I got
people.
you. I got you. So, like I said, so that's a general synopsis of the story. You're this kid living on an island. I know they're doing a shitty job, but I want to
Oh no,
get through.
I'm in it. Is if it helps, I think I'm with X on this. Is that even though I don't know much about the Kingdom Hearts games, the way you describe them, I gotta know. You haven't told me anything, but I want. But I'm good.
you
I'm
told
in
me
there.
nothing.
I'm in there, bro.
I know
Yeah.
there's kids on an island.
Yes.
They meet Disney characters.
They're fighting over one girl.
Finally, with one girl.
They get
They're-
slapped.
no, is that true? They're actually fighting over one girl?
So,
No,
so
not
let me
really,
bring it
but
back.
yeah.
So remember when I said they got sucked into a different dimension?
sloppy top to a whole new dimension.
They got sloppy top 14,000 to another planet.
Right.
And then so everyone's in a different section and they don't know. So Sora's trying to figure out where is this bitch at, and then also figure out like where his rivals at. He's like, where are they at? But he assumes that he's okay because he's a tough dude, right? And so as time goes on, you start figuring out like, oh, so I'm in a different planet. I got to go help with different people. You start figuring out talking about keyblades, and the reason why it's important, the keyblades important, is because each planet has a kingdom key or a kingdom hole. Shout out Kingdom Hole.
That's a different
That
game.
needs to be locked. Because if they're unlocked, then it can lead to like the darkness taking over the planet, right? So you're going around saving the planet, you're locking up the keyholes, the heartlesses. What makes the game interesting? Oh, I think just heartlesses. X, you are the resident
Jamie,
genius.
could you look up? Is it heartlesses or heartly?
Heartlie?
The plural
What's
of
the plural of
heartless?
heartless?
Yes. Shout out Kanye West. In the night.
On a story ever told.
I don't even know. it.
Lost your soul. And the one so heartless.
Kyrie's heartless, right?
How could you
Kyrie,
be so
yeah.
heartless?
No, Kyrie.
Kyrie, you're so heartless. That's the
Oh,
line.
I get it. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Well, while he's looking that up, continue.
Yeah. So So you figure out there's different planets, you figure out there's different dimensions, different worlds, and then as time goes on, you start figuring out like, okay, so the Sora is connected with the people he really cares about, right? He has these strong urges in his heart, and then there was even a time he just gives up and he turns into actually a Heartless.
The plural of Heartless is unaccountable.
Oh, wow.
What?
So all these
There's no plural for Heartless.
Oh, I thought you meant unaccountable was. I was like, ooh.
Like, oh, wow, look at
Because
all
if
this
you are heartless,
But that's only
You
according
are
to
unaccountable.
wordhippo.com.
that's cool.
shout out World Hippo.
Word hippo.
World Hippo?
Word hippo.
Word Hippo. Okay. So you go around different planets, keyholes, keyblades, you meet different Disney characters. And the big thing about the story is that not only do you learn about like, hey, so there's a person that has a secluded lifestyle. He didn't know about the big world that he lived in. He figured out there's more to world, more to life. He meets new friends he would have never thought unless he decided to be adventurous, right? Take risks. And then the depression portion that I was talking about is that so there's a moment in time in the game where he kind of like lacks a lot of confidence and he kind of lets himself get kind of taken by the Heartless. So he kind of lets his demons take over him, right?
Yeah.
It's very how do I say, like, it's very not foreshadowing, like it's like when you're trying to say something but without saying it.
Metaphorical?
Yeah, there we go. It's a very good metaphor for it. And so as time goes on, like so he's a Heartless, and he's walking around, and he actually he feels like Kyrie around, and like her like love brings him back to being like regular. She brought him out of darkness, brought him out of his depression, his funk. And then there's a lot of instances of that happening where like there's a lot of people that are like they lose their memories or they get succumbed by the darkness, and then like they find the light. So it's like I take that as a metaphor for like depression or just being consumed by negative thoughts in general. So they do a really good job as far as putting that in an eloquent way. And then as the time goes on, you start helping people with their problems. You meet a lot of friends. Sora starts kind of developing his relationship with others and different planets. And they was like, yeah, you can call on me, rely on me. One of my favorite battles is you actually have to fight Sephiroth in
The one-winged angel?
yes, sir. You fight Sephiroth. It's really hard. And you actually go to Hercules' planet, and they actually have like battles that you actually can do too. But yeah, it's just they did a really good job talking about like little things, especially for like it's supposed to be like a kids game. And you know, I think Disney. That's what is really cool thing.
But it's rated teen. How could it be for children?
Right?
You don't think teenagers are children?
Wow. Got his ass. Look at him. He can't even say shit. Got his ass.
Interesting.
But that's a really, really terrible.
Short
synopsis on the Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, I like that game. It describes something very badly, but you know the cool thing about it? I'm sold.
Yeah, let's go.
It's one of those things that you see on the internet that's like, describe this, only wrong answers.
Yeah,
But then, like,
but I got
Somebody
there.
has to
but
guess
you
it.
got there.
I got there.
Yeah, I get it, man.
Yeah.
So why do you think that? So compared to the other games you've played, the other RPGs in general that you played, not just RPGs in general, but games that are have helped you develop not just a love of video games, but who you are. Why is that? Why does that stand out so much to you? Is it the depression aspect, or do you think the journey itself?
Well, actually, a few different things. So when I first played that game, I didn't play any like RPGs or anything like that. I played like sports games, wrestling games, stuff like that. So that was like the real RPG I really kind of stuck my teeth into, and it kind of helped me explore different other avenues. Right? And I think how it was presented to me, like, hey, you need to play this game, is really good. And then I knew kind of like the Disney characters and stuff like that. And my friends would say like, hey, look, they tie in a lot of the Disney stories because I always said like it.
Then you got that movie deal.
And then I got the movie deal.
That's how I did. That's how I had it. Play Kingdom Hearts. The Rock called him, said, "Hey, bro, I heard you play Kingdom Hearts. I need that face.
I need your face so I can put you in the next game." And I was like, "Oh, let's go."
Hey.
Like NBA 2K face scan.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, ooh, we can't send nobody to your house, but there's this really good game out right now that'll scan your face.
That's how they got me.
The FBI agent, my phone gets me every time, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I played the RPG, and then so the way that the story was told, and the way that the leveling system works too. So like, if you wanted to kind of blast through it and be under leveled, you can. It'd be really hard. But if you wanted to sit there and grind, right, and be higher level and do like little side missions and stuff like that, and even still, like a lot of the side stories didn't feel like sides. And then they have the ship aspect too. You can create your own gummy ship, different space
Your
battles.
own what?
Gummy ship.
That's
It's
what they call the
yeah.
ship.
It's not actually made of gum. It's like made of Legos, but they couldn't say Legos, so they call them gummies. And they couldn't apparently like Mega
Isn't
Blocks.
Gummy Bears Disney?
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna
mean
look
like
that
the
up.
thing? Yeah, look it up, Jamie.
Like,
Could you look that
Gummy
up?
Bears bouncing here and there?
What?
What?
But yeah, it's just the overall story was told, the way they tied in the Disney characters. And then the interesting part too is that if you've seen a Disney movie, it kind of like the first game is really good about kind of staying on course, but still has its own like little way to kind of include you into the story that's really cool. But also they had like different like little endings or different little like ways to do things that are similar. So it kind of paid you off and being like, oh, that's an interesting way they did it. But it's also still new, so you don't feel like you're just reliving a movie you already saw. So it paid you off as a Disney fan. It paid you off as a person that plays RPGs with the leveling system. And then ultimately, the story that it tells, like the love story and the kind of believing in yourself and challenging yourself and all that stuff that it tells, is fantastic.
What's the love story? Didn't you say this is children?
Yeah, but I mean, so you're
but you
obviously in love with the chick.
Well, hold on. You're saying that when you were a preteen to teenager, you didn't have any love interest?
Literally Beauty and the Beast, dog. Come on.
You know you're asking the absolute wrong person.
He didn't have a childhood, is what he's saying.
Right, but I'm saying okay, well, so you know that like the characters in most Disney stories are like the girls are all like 12 and 13. You didn't know that?
I didn't
Pretty
know
sure
that.
they're all super young.
They're mostly young. They're right around 16.
Yeah, so like they're 12, like 13 to 6. So what's the difference between that and with that knowledge compared to what you have
I
now?
think he's still asking about how is it a love.
Is that what you're
Why is it
asking?
this grand love story if it's children?
Well, you can even say like
Teenagers.
I could even say like if you want to kind
But
of
remember,
say
this game takes place over the course of years.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't say that.
At no point was I told that. All I heard is kids making love.
Oh,
I didn't say nothing
you
about
didn't say
making love,
nothing
bro.
about that.
Not once.
Jeez.
I said they love each other, and they can love each other platonically.
Yeah, they can just be cool.
Yeah, it's 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, platonic relationships are okay.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Oh, you guys, I love you all the time.
Yeah, it's homosexual.
Yeah, we make love all the time. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's facts. It's
Yeah,
facts.
big facts.
I get them dragon dildos.
Oh, like none of this.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
So what were we talking about? JRPGs?
Yeah, no, we were talking about
No, not JRPGs.
RPGs in general.
Just series that we liked, and then the debate.
Tales, right?
Yeah. So the Tales of series.
Also, never played.
that's fine. It's
And
it's,
that's fair because
It's
Tales is actually pretty okay.
big
Big mids.
I could agree with that because again, this is all personal preference. The thing that I enjoyed about the Tales series, it actually stems from two games in particular series. I have always, Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy, the Wild Arms series. Honestly, the Wild Arms series is an incredible series that people don't play. It's like if you put Zelda in your RPG, which incredible. But the reason why they don't stick to me as well as the Tales series is because stories and games and JRPGs are super important. So I was actually, I always liken how well I enjoy story to how much I enjoyed Final Fantasy IX. Final Fantasy IX story was incredible. So there's two games in particular in the Tales series. Tales of Berseria, which is actually super recent, came out in 2016, and Tales of Vesperia, which I think came out in 2012, something like that, some in that range. What made those games so good is that one of the things I absolutely, and I think it could be because after playing Mass Effect and Dragon Age and games that give you a choice about who you want to be as a character, like it's obviously they're usually binary choices. It's like
not to interrupt, Vesperia had to come out pre 2010. It came out on GameCube.
No, you're thinking of Symphonia. Thinking of Tales of Symphonia. The Tales of Vesperia came out on 360.
Or it was a re-release.
Yeah, go ahead.
White Chocolate James.
It did. Swiss Chocolate. Also, though, yeah, it did come out 2008.
2008. So yeah, that was so about 2008. On 360.
Yeah, it was 360.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
You're thinking of
what's the GameCube one?
Symphonia.
Symphonia.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Symphonia and Symphonia New
I was
Dawn.
just trying to. Okay.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yep.
And there was a couple ones on the PS2, Tales of Legendia and things like that. Great game, cool games. One of the things I'll go back to what I was talking about originally, but one of the cool things is their battle system. It's real time. Like it uses a timer. Like if you ever played like Final Fantasy 13 or anything like that, and it was in a straight line on the original ones, but now it's 3D. You still walk in a straight, like it's, even though it's 3D, you still have an X and Y axis. It's super weird to get used to. But no,
Is it turn-based too?
No, it's
Not
real
turn-based?
time.
Okay.
No, it's battle gauged. Yeah. So
What is that? What?
Oh, so have you ever played? This is going to be a tricky one. Basically, you have control of this. You have 4 characters. You can only control one character at a time, but each of those, you have cooldowns. It's like, so you can attack, and that's usually only like a 1 second cooldown. You can use a skill; those are on. That's like a 5 second cooldown. It's essentially kind of like playing Overwatch, only in a. Actually, it's kind of pretty similar to playing Overwatch, but against randomized.
But do you switch? Do you switch
Yeah, you can
people
switch to
on
yeah.
on cool to like Dragon Age Origins
Yes,
or
yeah. So actually, imagine Dragon Age Origins. Only it's not open world. Each battle takes place in an
shout
arena.
out to a terrible game.
Yeah. Oh,
Dragon Age
agree with
Origins
that.
is terrible. I will
Dragon Age
slap
is one of
you.
the greatest series ever. And we can talk about that. That's really rude. Wow. So the cool thing about those stories is that after playing games like Mass Effect and Dragon Age, they give you even though they are binary, hey, do you want to punch this reporter in the face? Because if you do, you'll be the bad guy. If you don't, you're the good guy. It's like, well, I don't want to cuck down. I don't want to be like a little cucky boy, but also don't want to tag her right in her throat. Like, is there a middle ground? It's like, ain't no middle ground. Yeah, shout at the cucks. Like,
No, shout out.
Oh, shout out to cucks.
Yeah, shout out.
Okay,
to
yeah,
cucks.
fair. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Even if you shout at them, they're not going to do
They're not
anything.
gonna do anything. Hopefully, they'll send you a couple dollars. Hey,
OnlyFans.
hey,
Also collides.
your cucks send us money to the OnlyFans.
Hey piggies.
Pay piggies, but but yeah. So yeah, we can fend down. We cool with that, bro. Yeah, if you want to send me dollars, I'll make fun of you all day, bro. Literally, actually, I think they do that. There's a whole genre like on YouTube where people send in their pics and stuff to get roasted by YouTubers. That's basically fend down. Yeah.
I'm with it.
Interesting. Oh yeah.
With it. I would make fun of
All
anybody.
here for that.
Yeah.
I will 100% make fun of everyone
Let's
for
go.
any reason.
Send them in. If
You don't
you're-
even have to pay me. I'd prefer you did it. I'd feel less bad.
Once these are on YouTube, hey, send them in. We'll definitely do that live on camera for you guys.
I see the dick pics. Xavier would love some dick
He love
pics.
them. He love them. Yeah. So the cool thing about when you play games like that, it kind of lets you go against the grain. One of the things that I hate about, because it's similar to the problem I have with shonen RPGs, is that I hate the protagonist in almost every single shonen anime I've ever watched ever. Good shonen is ruined by how bad their protagonists are at being people.
I think
Michael
that's
Scott.
what.
I said Michael Scott.
That's not that's not a shonen, but I guess
I don't know
he
what
kind of
shonen means.
It's a shonen anime like Tower of God or Bleach.
Ah,
but
perfect.
Also,
As you said,
Michael
Tower of
Scott is
God.
a terrible protagonist. But yes, he's actually fine because to me he's the antagonist. He's there to make everyone's else life's harder, and the story is how everyone copes with an abusive boss.
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I see The Office. It's like everyone, they can't quit their jobs because, they work in a dying industry, but they're comfortable. They have bills to pay. So quitting a job they've been at for years would be harder to get a new job. So they just put up with the abuse for comfort. That's what The Office is to me.
Ah, okay. All right.
So yeah, so when I'm watching,
Shout out to the American Dream.
right, yeah,
And not Dusty Rhodes. I mean the legit American
the
Dream.
American dream is to work under someone who
Just
oppresses
get
you.
paid and
Yeah,
don't
just
ask
go home.
questions.
Correct. Yeah, that's why I did. That's why old boy was like 5 o'clock. Gotta go. He was smart. He was like, hey, I gotta put up with this dude, but I'm gonna make it. So yeah. So when I play it, when you have a bad protagonist in a game, it kind of ruins a lot of that for me. Even if a gameplay is good, it's hard. But the thing about those two games, Tales of Vesperia in general, like for the best example, is that he does the game is fun in general. The story's great. He does one thing in the game where I was like, oh yeah, if this is the direction they're going in, I'm with it. So they get to this, spoiler alert. It's 12 years, 8 years. It's 12 years old. Get over yourself. So
Bitch.
yeah, bitch. As Maui would say, suck my dick. Like Vince McMahon, I guess. Right, like Vince McMahon. I don't know why I imitated you that way, but yeah. So listen here, the mayor, a lethal dose of poison.
That's exactly. Next time I have sex, bro, I'm gonna say exactly that. I'm gonna give you a lethal dose of poison.
You don't even say that. Just at the very end, that's just
You're fired. Talking to his jizz.
The genetic jackhammer.
He's talking to his jizz. He said, "You're fired," like into something. Yeah, but so playing Tales of Vesperia, the mayor of one of the missions that you have to figure out who's like serving up monsters serving people up in this town to the monsters, and you're like, oh, what's going on? Ooh, whatever. So you go through the whole adventure. Turns out it's the mayor. The mayor is serving up the people, his own people, to the monsters, and to keep. Basically, he was like, hey, to keep the monsters from overrunning the town, I'm gonna serve up a couple of the people I don't need to him. Whatever. And then so then they put him in jail because committing crimes. But then here's this is what happens in every. So he goes, well, you can put me in jail, but I'm the mayor. I'm just gonna be out tomorrow, and I'm just keep doing it. And then the main character, Yuri Lowell, dopest main character in any video game I've ever played. He literally goes, you know what? That's right. You will just get out tomorrow and keep doing the same thing. So a cutscene happens. This is what a cutscene happens. In the middle of the night, Yuri goes to the cell. And he's like, hey, what's up, bro? And the dude's like, what are you doing here? He was like, you said when you get out, you're just going to keep doing that thing?
Get to run hands.
Yeah. And then he said, what if I just killed you right now? And he was like, well, you're not going to do that. You're too good for that. He goes, okay, murders him. And after that, I was like, oh, that's the Tales games are what RPG should be. Like when you're playing a game, I hate
Like Game of Thrones?
Batman is one of the worst. Batman is one of the best antagonists in all of comic books. A psychopath, a rich psychopath who fills the hole of his dead parents with enabling villains in the city to beat people up to give himself a purpose. Great, one of the greatest villains ever written in comic book history. And it's hard to.
You should yell hot take before you say things
That's
like
not a hot
that.
take. It's. Do you think he's a good guy?
No.
Yeah, I honestly almost swung on you. I was like, you know what? I'm letting him have his time.
No, that's not the point.
It's not a hot take.
The
It's
point is
exactly how they
when
wrote it.
you say something
So true.
so
brave.
opposite.
So right.
So right. Why are you booing me? I'm right.
I'm not booing you. I'm just saying let
boo
people
to me.
know so they don't have like a heart attack on their drive home
Because
when they
from the
hear
revelation
Batman's
of
a villain.
He is. He's easily the greatest villain in DC. What do you mean? He's funding all the. So you got to think about it. He's like, hey, Joker, I'm gonna catch you. The Joker commits crimes because Batman exists. And when he gets caught, he just gets put in Arkham. And then he's like, I'm going to get out and I'm going to cause more problems. And Batman's like, I'll be there. It's like,
Well, he has to let the police do their job.
right. So,
He
they're
doesn't ever
awful.
let the police do their job.
Yeah, he does.
no, he's saying
The
that
arresting portion.
once he's saying the vigilantism should lead to the death penalty. But if that's, so Indiana, so if you remember from the 1998 Batman movie, the flag in the office of the commissioner is the Indiana state flag. We don't have the death penalty. So they can't kill the guys. So that's why they keep getting out. Gotham City is in Indiana. Yeah.
Here I thought it was New York.
No. Little known. Yeah, you would
What
think.
other city in Indiana starts with G that
Stop.
Yeah, Gotham. Yeah. So, So when I play, so in Berseria, it's a darker take on the overall game. Like the main character, she's betrayed by somebody she thought she could trust. Her little brother is sacrificed to a demon, which is great because later on in the game you find out he did that on purpose because the little brother knew he was going to die, and the guy who sacrifices the main character's sister's husband convinces the kid who is already going to die from like cancer to sacrifice himself to demons in order to start the apocalypse, in order to cure the world. It's incredible. But during that whole time, you have to figure this out. So, she becomes half demon, like her arm can eat demons. Cool game. But the entire game is about people trying to get her to the group. Your party's not good guys. Like they're all saving the world for a reason that doesn't make you're one of the coolest guys in the game. The only reason he's traveling with you is because his brother, like he's like, man, my brother keeps kicking my ass. He's like, I want to kick that dude's ass. And he's like, where's he at? And then he's like, oh, he's with that guy you're trying to kill. He was like, hey, if I come with you, I can kick my brother's ass. Nope, that's not a good reason. She finds a kid who looks exactly like her brother. She's like, hey, you're going to come with me now. He was like, what? He's like, yeah, you're mine. And he's a part of your party because he looks like your brother. So he doesn't get a choice in the matter. Then there's this chick who's like, hey, I'm on the side of the good guys, like the people who are there to kill demons. And then she finds out that the demons are their fault. And then so she's like, I'll just come with you to kill that guy too because he lied to me my whole childhood. Your party has no good guys in it. But it's such a cool dynamic to play a game where you're not a good person, but you're doing something good. You're doing something good for a bad reason. That's an incredible way to play a game because you're literally going through you have no illusions as to like if
it's like an anti-hero storyline in almost anything though, right?
Right. And
This is what Symphonia?
No, in Berseria. Yeah, but it's hard to play. There's not many JRPGs that give you an anti-hero story. There's not many games in general that I play normally. So when I play a Mass Effect or something like that, it takes a ton of effort.
Shout out to another terrible game.
Oh wow!
Oh my God! You're the one who needs to say hot take.
You should say
every
spicy
time
hot
you
take.
open your mouth. I
should
want to
say,
punch you in the face.
I really
Boiling
wish
lava
BioWare
take.
wasn't allowed to put games out.
That is so wild. But you know what? You know what? Some people put anchovies on pizza. You are allowed to think Mass Effect and BioShock are not. Sorry,
Not
Mass
BioShock.
Effect.
BioShock is phenomenal.
Listen,
You know
so-
what? That's fair. You know what? I like BioShock too.
So you're saying
that's fine.
you don't
Of all
like
three of them, 2 is the one.
Yeah, I like two.
you don't like
Okay.
Mass
Yeah.
Effect. You don't like Mass Effect.
No,
He doesn't like.
You
things
don't
that are
like
good.
Dragon Age.
no.
You don't like Knights of the Old Republic.
You don't like Knights of the Old
I
Republic?
haven't played it, so I can't
okay.
talk to that. I didn't know BioWare did that.
And it's the same game.
Don't you like Anthem?
No.
Don't
That's
you like Destiny? So you like
Hold on.
BioWare's
We
bad
are
games.
talking to the guy that says,
You mean-
I want to talk about
No, no, no.
Bethesda games.
You
the games
mean
that come out
Bungie.
broken.
Hold on.
That I need 2 years
No.
to fix.
Sorry, that's
Bungie
Bungie.
is
And people are going to
Destiny.
still suck my
Is
dick.
it
EA is Anthem.
Oh, BioWare made one of those too.
BioWare did not make.
It up, white
They might
chocolate,
not
Jamie.
have. They might not have. But that's super weird. Yeah. What? That's thrown me off. But yeah, no. So the Tales of games, you've got the cookie cutter ones like Tales of Hearts are on the PS Vita, where it's like, I'm the good guy, I'm gonna save the world.
Well, now it makes sense why Anthem died so quickly because BioWare made it.
That's what I'm saying. You like their bad games.
No. I liked the concept of Anthem. I don't like Anthem. Regular Jamie loves Anthem.
Okay, that's fair. So like the concept of a game.
I liked the concept. I love the concept of Dragon Age. I hate Dragon Age.
You know, I could vibe with that. I get that. You can like what something presents, but hate the content of the item. That's fine.
So just to kind of wrap this up real quick, not necessarily your thing, but
yeah, no doubt.
So you're saying that you like games, so you would prefer games like Mass Effect and Dragon Age because it gives you the option to be good or bad, or to make whatever you feel like is the right decision.
So when I'm playing a game that gives me the option of whether
Spider-Man, friend or foe.
Yeah, so if you have a game that you can decide, and it doesn't even need to be that you can decide, but when there's a clear solution to a problem, and the main character doesn't do it because reasons, it's one of the hardest things ever to deal with. You're like, hey, just kill the bad guy right now. Like, just murder him right now. There's no game, which is fine with me. I'm fine paying $60 for a game, and the main character's like the main bad guy comes up and he's like, hey, I'm gonna murder some guy if you don't kill me right now. And the guy's like, okay, boom. Kills the man. I'm like, cool, yay, that was $60
Far Cry 4 and 5 did that. You can beat Far Cry 4 and 5 in under 20 minutes.
I enjoy in under 30 seconds. Like in Far Cry 4.
No, Far Cry 5, it's like 14 minutes or something.
Far Cry 5, he's like, hey, just leave if you don't want to deal with this. And you're like, all right. And you just leave. I'm like,
no,
yes.
he says, stay here, I'll be right back. And then everything starts exploding and people getting shot to death. And you're like, he told me to fucking stay. I'm going to stay. Yeah. And then Pagan Man's like, I'm going to take you to your fucking mom's grave or whatever.
Yep. And then the game ends.
The game's over.
Incredible. But yeah, so when I play a game, you can play a cookie cutter game all the time.
Oh, is that 4?
It's 4. It's 4. 5 is the one with where they're in Montana.
Oh, it's so
yeah. 5
the cult leader?
Real good. Yeah.
Which the
David
same
Seed.
thing. Yeah, you can do the
David
same thing.
Seed? Yeah.
Yeah, you can end that.
Yeah, right. It's
real fast.
right at the
Far
start.
Cry 3 was the one you could also end pretty quickly too. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so just playing a game that goes against the grain, but the whole Tales of Abyss, you play like the biggest dick in the world. Like literally, they're like, "Hey, stop doing bad things or stop doing selfish things that make things worse." He said, "No, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and either you gonna come along for the ride or I'm gonna do it by myself." And everybody said, "Well, I guess we got to come along for the ride. We already started." He said, "Cool," and he continues to do like bad things, like dickish shit, up until like the end of the game where he's like, "Damn, I kind of did cause this whole thing, huh?" And they're like, "Yeah, we've been telling you that for 60 hours." He's like, "Well, guess I better cut my hair and be a good guy."
Sounds like Steins Gate.
It's the best. So I haven't seen all of Steins Gate. Yeah, I'll watch it eventually.
What is Steins Gate?
It's a pretty dope anime. Yeah, but so I just like playing games that are impactful to me. Don't necessarily. I'll play a Bloodborne. I'll play The Surge. I'll play games like that for difficulty, for the actual gameplay. I play almost every single game I play like by myself on easy mode, just because I didn't come to those for a challenge. I came to enjoy the world. If I will play a game specifically that's difficult for the difficult.
I'm glad you said that, dude, because when I was playing Uncharted, I was like, you know what, man? I just want to play this shit on easy. I want to deal with the gunfights.
I just want to enjoy the story. Why the Telltale games are so good. You're like, hey, I would prefer just to watch these. But I'm glad I get to make the choices. And I get to play a little QTE, like boop, 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 hit square, right trigger, stay the control of your
QTE is
butt.
quick time event for all of you non-gamers out there?
Yeah, but so like, if I want to play a difficult game, I'll intentionally play a difficult game. But I want to play a game with an enjoyable story, and that's why I like the Tales games. Wild Arms is one of the other series that I'm like, man, it's an incredible series. But each one is like playing Zelda. So like, you don't just fight it's a turn-based RPG. You don't just do that part. You actually have to, like when you're in the dungeons, you have to solve the puzzles and stuff like that, which is super cool. But I don't think those are my favorite because of that. Sometimes I just want to enjoy a story. I just want to see a bad guy with 17 forms fight some children who, for some reason, have the power to save the world through a children's car game. It's just what I'm about, Yeah.
It's like fucking, that's why I like Catherine.
Oh,
Catherine was a great game.
I love
Catherine. Okay, you want to hear something spicy? This is a spicy hot take. Catherine's actually garbage, but I enjoy the hell out of it. Like when you stand back and think about the game itself.
Oh, no,
it makes no sense.
No,
it makes no sense.
It's like
it's not even just that it makes the story didn't need to happen.
Thank you.
Right.
It's like they
as a puzzle game,
correct. So
fucking beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you play Catherine,
I love the story.
Right.
Too.
Well, see, are you sure? Yeah. What happened?
What does that mean?
What happened in the story?
I enjoyed the ride.
No. You enjoyed playing the game.
No.
You said you enjoyed the story. What was the story?
I enjoyed the story
experience.
Also. I enjoyed the story also.
What happened?
So he was like, yo, I met with this chick. So again, quick synopsis on Catherine for you guys. He's like, yo, I had a chick, but I met this other chick that ends up being a succubus, but I also fell for her. And then at the same time, I'm trying to decide. I'm going.
He doesn't know she's a succubus
until the end. I'm just telling everybody. So was that a big? Should I waited out for the end?
No, keep going.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
but okay.
So in your dreams, you start figuring out that like, and this is where it gets a little hazy. If you guys want to film, like jump in, you can. But in your dreams, you start figuring out like there's these puzzles, whatever. They kind of get higher and higher. And as time goes on, the more you finish those puzzles, you end up like making a decision on figuring out like who you want to be.
Here's what I learned from Catherine. Because A, nothing happens. B, I learned a couple things. If I get really drunk and go to sleep, I'm better at my dreams than if I didn't drink. And even though I'm in this committed relationship, if there's another girl who has the same name as the girl I'm with, but it's spelled only differently because of the first letter, then I can cheat on my girlfriend. That's what happens in Catherine.
No, he didn't cheat on her. He was just like, yo, I'm trying to decide who I'm really trying to be with.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he does.
I mean, after the fact, he decides.
No,
beforehand,
at the
too.
beginning,
At the very
because the
beginning,
whole
too.
game is like, he's like, oh, this blonde
Yeah,
Catherine.
they were trying to
he's trying to justify
pepper
whether or
it
not
in.
he should leave.
Right, they were trying to like soften it so you're like, so it's not blatant, but yeah, he did. Yeah. But that's not here nor there.
Well,
The
it's
story
because
is
she wasn't
bonkers
putting.
and
She wasn't
unnecessary.
putting
There
out.
is no story.
But, hey, whoa.
His girl wasn't putting out. He said, "Yo, there's this blonde chick that lets me put my dick in her."
Then he has a nightmare about a robot abortion baby trying to eat him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
what
whatever.
if you
That's
do
what
about
happens.
that?
That was horrifying.
seemed pretty
by the way.
common.
Yeah.
Also, the boss in that game, I really don't think that it's fair because it's just like arbitrarily he blows up the whole map. There's no time
I mean,
limit.
the game
There's
was-
no anything.
The game was good. The experience was fun. The story didn't make any sense.
So which ending do you guys get?
I don't remember. That's how kind of inconsequential the story was for
Which
me.
one do you think I got? If you had to pick one for me, what do you think
It's
I got?
probably- always
ended-
stay with the
yeah.
lady
You stayed
bitch.
with the
Stay with the boring
glass.
chick, yeah.
That's what I got.
Yeah, I got the ending where I was like, "Now I'm trying to be with you," and she's like, "I'm a succubus." He's like, "It's all good." Fuck
Yeah,
it.
he was cool. There we go. That's the one I got. Yeah.
And
He was
she was
like,
like,
He's
"You sure?"
trying to get sucked into another world.
Yeah,
we've
he was
already,
trying to
we've
get
already
that-
discussed
Yeah.
that.
And she was like, she was like, "But I'm a succubus." He's like, "Yeah, that's fine." He's like, "You're gonna have to be a demon." And she's like, "Yeah, it's cool." And he was like, "You sure?" Like, I don't even look like that. He's like, "Ah, it's whatever. I'm trying to hit." And then he's like a demon and shit. She's like a fucking like hideous monster. He's like, "It's whatever. It's my bitch."
It's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
happy life.
Also, I don't remember the end part. I got to look that up.
Yeah, it's great.
But I'm gonna
You
look
get
that
like
up
4
real
different endings.
Hey, wow. But so that's what I like in games. When I play a game, I don't like to necessarily. When I play a game like that, a story is impactful. Like, I beat 26 games a year just because that's a goal that I set. But out of those 26 games a year, I might remember maybe 3 or 4 of them. But the 3 or 4 that I do remember is like, man, because they hit, they slapped. Like, when I get to the end of that game, I'm like, man, that was a ride. Like, and that's just why I think the Tales games are one of the better RPG series out there.
Do you think you remember a game more based on how it ended or
No.
what you did?
I don't remember the ending of a lot of the games that I play just because there's no original story in my head and in my mind. Like, you can't tell me that there's a unique original story. You can do the same thing in an interesting way. And that's what I remember. I remember who made the wheel with better rims, I guess is the way. The wheel's going to always be the same. It's always going to roll. It's always going to go forward. It's always going to do whatever it does. The wheel's just a vehicle. Like, the wheel is on the vehicle that tells the story. So I remember the journey, not just the destination of something. Yeah, so it's not just, hey, this game had a good ending, the rest of the game was worth it. No, the game was trash throughout. That mars the way that the game. But I don't think I've ever played a game that was trash throughout with a great ending, and I've ever called it good. I don't think I've ever had. But yeah, I've played games that I'm like, man, I've had games with bad endings that were great up until then, and like that's the cool thing about like Syria. The Tales games are similar to the Final Fantasy games in which they don't connect normally. They're all in their own separate worlds. Berseria was the first game in the series that linked with another game. Sorry, that's a lie. There's Tales of Xillia and Xillia 2. They're on the PS3, but you know that Tales of Xillia 2, you know what you're getting into. Those were cool because those are like, hey, we're in a fantasy world. Oh, wait, these people in this other world have ships. Like, we have magic. They have ships. They broke through because they run out of technology and they need to steal our magic. Great little story, but I know I was getting into. Tales of Berseria is the first one to kind of do a little like cheeky, like a little at the end. You're like, wait a minute, what? Like, you start hearing terms that you remember from a different game, and you're like, hold up, I know that term. And then at the end, it's like, hey, I just discovered a new ability. Like, it would be like it's like playing a game where it's like if your first experience was with Dragon Ball was Super, and then you went back and watched Dragon Ball. It's kind of how that was. So the game that it refers to takes place 1,000 years or 100 years. Oh Lord! So the game I'm talking to takes place like 100 years in the future. Berseria takes place 100 years in the past.
Got it.
And it was cool when you realize that because the worlds don't look the same. None of the continents or anything are the same. So when you finally put it together, it feels great. And that's what makes a good game to me. Where you're like, man, like lore is important. Like, so the Elder Scrolls games are so good because there's so much. The games themselves are garbo. Like absolute horse shit. Fallout, garbage. But you know what's great about it? The world is fun.
Oh yeah.
And the lore is deep. But you can't convince me that those are actually good games. You can't.
Come on, like Skyrim and all.
Skyrim, all that garbage. But you can play them for 100 hours, and you don't have to. Something doesn't have to be good for it to be enjoyable. And it just so happens that the Tales games are good and enjoyable.
I'd have fixed the light that broke, but you said all of the games I want to talk about are garbage.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. Yeah, you can
Okay,
like
I just want
them.
to.
They're literal garbage, but they're fun to play. Something can not work. Something can be buggy. Something can be unenjoyable, or something can be buggy. Something can be faulty. Something can be kind of useless, but still fun to play. So yeah, if you
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell us about your garbage fire.
Well,
Your bug-ridden mess that they.
I never said they weren't bug ridden.
I'm just fucking with you.
See, they are bug. Bethesda can't put out a complete game to save their life.
They could. They just choose not to. That's one of their. It's the greatest. It's the greatest fleece in history. It's the Apple problem. What are like? Hey, let's fix this. Nah, bro. Them not bugs. They
Fun experience.
What if we make the game unplayable? Then the people who do play it, they're gonna feel like champions.
You know how many fucking times I played fucking Skyrim and I went through the board and it auto saved?
I
You know
don't
how
want-
much I played Fallout 4, bro. I played Fallout 4, walked into an elevator, and my save deleted. Bro. Like I was like, what?
Okay, so hold on.
Can't do it.
I said I wanted to discuss Bethesda games. I actually think Fallout 4 and Skyrim are garbage. That being said, I put hundreds of hours into both of them.
Oh yeah, same.
Because how do you know you don't like something until you've played it for so long that you hate it?
I get it, man. That's why Dragon Age Inquisition I didn't like until 65 hours in. I played it
For
for six.
me-
I was like, this game garbage for 65 hours, and then at 60 hours 66, that shit clicked. It hit, bro.
Yo, what was that fucking level in Dragon Age where you go to like the rock monster to fucking get a crown made, whatever? It took fucking forever because you go into different tunnels and caves. That fucking
Are you
mission.
complaining about a BioWare game? Because that makes sense.
Right.
No, it wasn't. Was it Bio? Oh, it is Bio.
Dragon
Fuck.
Age is BioWare.
But
for sure.
anyways, it took me like fucking 6 hours to beat that one
yeah.
level alone.
They're real bad at
After
that.
I did it, I said, you know what? I've beaten this game. I've beaten this game because I spent 6 hours and it was a side mission. A side mission took me 6 hours. I said, no, I'm done. I feel
That might be
accomplished.
because you're bad at it.
No. This is a long mission. And they go back and forth, and the
I
map
don't think
doesn't
there's
show
no
up.
6-hour mission.
There is
there.
no 6 hour side mission in the history
Son,
of video games.
I'm telling you, the reason why this mission sucked is that they had different. It was that you were in a cave, and then none of the cave like it showed on the map. So you had to discover stuff as you went on, and you had no idea like where you were going. And then when you ran into certain stuff, you get into battles, or you find into like little missions, or you find something you need to talk to. And then once you get through everything and go through all the caves and all the cages and try to convince the people like, hey, this person needs to win and whatever, and get the different ores and defeat a fucking golem monster. It's long as shit. It's just long as shit. It wasn't even that it was bad. It's just a lot to like looking and finding and no fucking speed travel.
That's because it's BioWare and their shit. Anyway, I just want to say, when I said Bethesda games, I picked that because we had originally said a series of games, but I couldn't commit to necessarily a series, so I picked a developer. Fallout 3, New Vegas, and Oblivion.
Vegas is gold.
Oh my God.
Gold.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Oblivion, which it kills me
Obsidian
that
does such a good
somehow
job. What a shit show.
Bethesda cannot figure out how to recreate, because even Fallout 3 was good. Fallout 4 is trash. Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim is trash. And if anybody wants to not think it's trash, you can come fight me because you're wrong.
DM and the OnlyFans.
But for me, I think I had played, and I guess I never really thought about Zelda being an RPG because in a traditional sense, it's not.
An adventure game.
Right, but they have a lot of those. And when I say Zelda, Ocarina of Time was the first Zelda game I played because I don't know, I was 7 when it came out. So that's the first one I really fucked with. And that had a lot of those. It's an adventure game, but it's an adventure game on the scale of an RPG. Like it's just so grandiose. Oh, let's
go.
Same word.
Let's go.
Same word. there's just so much to do, and there's different ways to accomplish the same goal, and you know, all this other shit. So I think that's where it started. And then I don't know if I really played. I played a lot of Phantasy Star episode 1 and 2
Great games.
on the GameCube without a hunter's license.
Yep.
Me and my brother played it for thousands of hours, literally this one game with no hunter's license. We just beat the game into the fucking ground, right? And I remember I was at my buddy's house and he had Elder Scrolls 4, so Oblivion. He had Oblivion on PC. I saw him playing. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I was like, what is this? And he was showing it to me, and he had it on computer. So he would run into a town, beat the fuck out of everybody. They would get mad. He'd run into a temple and then type in like thunder or some shit into the codes part, and it would zap everybody in the town and they would die. I'm like, that doesn't seem super fun. So he went to bed one night and I started playing it, and I didn't do any of the cheats. I didn't do fucking any of that shit. And I just started playing like, oh my God, this is something special. Like, what the fuck is this game? And so I ended up getting on 360. I wasn't allowed to play mature rated games at all. No mature rated games ever. However,
was it because you sound like a bitch?
it could have been.
That's fair.
I don't know if that was the direct reason,
It's the reason.
but it could have been.
It's the reason.
But-
Your parents were like, "Damn, what a
But
What a fucking
what a bitch voice
when
you got."
Oblivion came out on 360, they rated it teen instead of mature. So there were boxes out there that had the wrong rating on them. So I went to a bunch of different GameStops and like disc replays and all that shit, to go
You found
find
the
teen version.
Yeah, let's go.
So I could bring it
You
into
went
my
on a
house.
quest?
I went on a quest.
You went on a
That was
quest?
my first RPG.
Let's
I said,
go, real life.
And then
The game.
I leveled up to max intellect and sneakiness, which is why I only played rogue dagger archery
That's
people
fair, man.
in
I
Oblivion.
get it. It's real life. You said, "Hey, I
But,
went
like,
through this."
I remember getting it. I remember playing through that game, and it was just unbelievable. The every guild you went through, like the fact that you had to pay beggars to maybe tell you where the Night Fox was, and then once the Night Fox was finally like, "All right, bro, you keep giving it to homeless people," and they're like, this dude's pretty cool. Then you had to go on a competition to steal from other people's houses, and you're like, "Damn, this is." And the whole quest line was dope, and it was the side part of the game that really drew me in, and it feels like the main quest was ass because it was just fucking Sean Bean. Shout out to Sean Bean. Oblivion.
Shout out
the
Sean Bean.
Shout out Sean.
only sci-fi experience to not kill Sean Bean.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Who the fuck is Sean Bean?
The
Ned from Game of Thrones.
Ned Stark.
Boromir.
Who?
Boromir from Lord of the Rings.
what? Why?
No, you're lying.
I'm dead
Okay.
ass.
Well, no worries. Hey, man.
Have you seen National Treasure? The first one? I was literally about to walk out if you hadn't said that, because National Treasure is the best movie.
No, it's
ever made.
fantastic.
It is a national treasure.
It is a national treasure, and so is Nick Cage.
You
The
can't see
main-
this because the camera
bad-
went out, but I'm smiling.
The main bad guy, the guy who Nick Cage is with in the beginning, and then all of a sudden tries to steal the Declaration, and he's like, "Somebody's gonna steal the Declaration."
You know the meme. You know the meme where it says, "You don't just into Mordor."
No.
One does not simply just.
Oh yeah.
That's-
That's
The
Sean
dude
Bean.
from
Sean-
fucking Walking Dead.
What?
Is that the
Oh,
same?
you trolling?
No, I'm being
Okay.
dead. Is that the same
Top
person?
Tier, hey.
Is that the same person?
Who is
What?
he in Walking
You
Dead?
think Rick
The dude,
Grimes is
the dude. You know what I'm talking about? The
You
greasy
think-
nigga, the one, the real greasy.
what?
Yeah, a shotgun or something.
So you.
He's in
okay.
Death Stranding, right?
That's
Is that not? No, we're not.
Nope.
I'm being dead ass. We're not the same person.
I was trying to think. I was like, "Who's the greasy dude he's talking about?"
The dude from
Norman
Death Stranding.
Reedus?
Is
No,
that not the guy? Oh, okay.
no.
Norman Reedus is not Sean Bean, bro.
Oh, well then fuck Sean Bean then. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. First off,
Oh yeah, the nigga from the meme. I got you. I'm with it. Yeah, one does not simply. Yeah, I get it. I'm
that
with it.
dude,
Yeah. He looks just like the nigga from Death Stranding.
he absolutely
don't?
does not.
He looks just like
For
him.
starters, he can
guess he
open
could-
his
he could be
eyes.
his dad.
He
Yeah.
can
He
could
open
be
his
his
eyes
dad.
all the way.
Sean Bean could be
Norman
Norman
Reedus
Reedus'
looks like
dad.
he has weights attached to his eyelids all the time. I
he
don't know what his
tired.
eyes look like, but anyway,
They look just alike. I'm seeing a picture of Sean Bean right now, thanks to Jamie 2.0.
Let's go.
He looks
They
just
don't.
like.
But Norman Reedus could be Sean Bean's son.
Yeah.
no. But anyway, so Elder Scrolls story was ass. It was a side shit that really, really got me into it. And I had Fallout 3 had come out, and I got so mad because I walked into a town and the game auto saved as I was getting shot in the head. So every time I would reload my save, because I hadn't saved in forever. So every time I would reload my auto save
Shot in the head.
I would get shot in the head and I would die. So
Bethesda.
yeah, that is Bethesda.
Same thing happened to me in Prince of Persia.
What?
What'd you get shot in the head with in Prince of Persia?
It wasn't getting shot in the head. I just got stuck for whatever reason on the elevator. And the bitch, remember the bitch had to follow you? And like I guess I was too
the
far
nice
ahead.
young lady. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to the women.
Shout out to nice young ladies.
Shout out to the nice young ladies. But the chick had to follow you the entire game, right? So I guess she had like fallen and like it auto saves. And then like it was one of those things where I had no other save points. Or the one that I did have was way far away.
I had 0. I hadn't saved one time though. So it was either restart the game and be in the fucking playpen at the beginning and have to go fight the scrats or whatever.
I hate any game without multiple save slots. I swear to God, nothing's worse than you fire up a game and you be like, one save Pokemon, what? One save slot?
I love how Pokemon still does that. Fucking, what is it,
Yeah,
20 years later?
They on that Apple
yeah,
nonsense.
good.
They
They're
said,
like,
hey,
yeah, they said
you only
right.
get one
good.
save file. So if anybody else wants to play on this shit, although I guess it's better on the Switch because you can do it by profile. But back in the day, it was always like, nah, this cartridge,
Right.
one save.
Is it?
You good.
That's just you, bro.
That was great. But anyway, love Oblivion. Ended up getting back into Fallout 3. It's, and you know, D-Mark said this before, it's the amount of just content that you can get deep into the universe. They build so much up.
Get deep in the keyhole.
Can't get deeper. No keyhole deeper. You can just talk to people for hours. And I know it sounds dumb and I know it sounds like a terrible way to play a game because there's no action in it. But you can talk to people and learn shit. And it seems like meaningful interactions. Plus, based on how you play the game, it kind of dictates how it goes a little bit. Having the karma system, you know, whether you're good, bad, you know, neutral. I thought that was really compelling. They did that in Fallout 3, Oblivion, and then New Vegas is the gold standard. And I'm only giving Bethesda a small shout out because what they do, publish it.
They paid for it.
Like they didn't want to make it, so they told Obsidian, hey,
They
because
said-
Obsidian had Fallout 1 and 2.
Yeah,
and
smart
then-
move by them. They said, hey, Obsidian, if you get 75 on Metacritic, we'll give you a bonus that'll keep your business alive. And then I'm not going to say that they did this, but I will say that they probably did because they got a 74 on Metacritic. I'm not saying that somebody at the Bethesda office went in and gave them a little oopsie poopsie to get them down to 74% so they would go under, but I'm not saying they didn't.
They just made something. What did they just make, though? They're not under.
They made Outer Worlds. No, yeah.
Yeah,
Outer Worlds,
they did.
Which slapped.
Outer Worlds
Slippity,
is
dappity, sloopity, slapped.
so good.
So good. It's literally
Outer Worlds
it's Fallout
is
Space.
fun.
It's Fallout Space Vegas.
Yeah.
It's
It's
cyber hard.
phenomenal.
If you haven't played Outer Worlds, it's real good. It's
I have not
the
played
only
it.
thing I don't like about Outer Worlds, which is super dumb. This is a dumb thing to
Don't
hate.
get it on the Switch. If anybody's listening to this and like, oh, I can get it portably,
Why would you
please,
do
for
that?
the love of God,
It'd be like
do
trying
not.
to play The Witcher. Trying to play The Witcher on Switch doesn't work. But so Outer Worlds is great, except for the fact that I feel cheated that it has such a good story. Because I'm like, hey, I beat the story. Now it's time to go out and do nonsense for 100 hours. Oh, you can't? Oh, that's weird. Like, I'm used to being able to like.
I never beat the story before I do the nonsense. I always do the nonsense before I beat the story in any fucking RPG, period.
Interesting.
Because most of the time you get to the point in the game where it's like, hey,
After
if
this
you
point, you
keep
can't. Yeah.
going, can't do nothing else.
That's like another thing.
And that horrifies
Right, I
me.
get that,
Because I'm
because,
like, I can't do anything else. Did I do all of the other things before I did this one
the
thing?
Surge just finessed me with that. So Surge, shout out to the Surge 2. Oh, incredible game. If you like Souls type games, oh my God, so good. Oh, I was shaking. Again,
What's
you
a
can go,
Souls type game?
Souls type games will be like Dark Souls, Lords of the Fallen. It's a game where I've got
Hard
a
for
weird
no reason, like my
it's-
penis.
It's hard because the mechanics and it's hard
you should
because
see
the
a doctor
developers
for that. They tell you
Yeah.
that on the commercials.
It's hard
Hasn't been
because
8
the
hours.
developers decided that
Or-
game mechanics aren't as important as nonsense. Because you'd be like, hey, you know, it'd be cool if I could block right now. And they're like, nah, what if we just like make the block stop working sometimes? And then you're like, cool. Hey, it would be cool if I could like walk up into this elevator that you guys put. Yeah, but what if the elevator don't work? Then I guess it's hard. Yeah,
So like the trip mechanic in fucking Smash Brothers.
worse. Because
Worse than the trip mechanic?
it would be like if they didn't mean to put the trip mechanic in, but then somebody played it and it was in there, and then instead of taking it out, they're like, "Hey, put that." Like they're like, "Turn it up!" Like put that shit on.
Turn that shit up.
Yeah, turn that shit up. I like that. Like that's a feature, bro. When the game just stopped working, that's a feature.
So Souls-like is really, instead of it being broken and then fixing them, they lean into it.
They
and
lean
say,
into it
That's
hard.
what makes it hard.
But and honestly, that's legitimately how I played it. Like I'm like the reason I Surge 2 was such a good ride is because there were so many times where I'm like, well, I definitely did that correctly. But the game was like, no, you did not. You don't deserve it. And I was like, hell yeah, game. Punish me, daddy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't deserve that. Yeah. That's what, hey, bro, sometimes everybody got their kinks. Mine is having games stop working in the middle of them to teach me lessons. Teach me life lessons.
Well,
That'd be the greatest of games. Just like, you
don't
want to do it right?
You don't want it hard enough. Right.
Suck on the controller.
Yeah.
Suck on the controller right now and I'll turn the shit back on. Please, game, please.
that's what the PS5 is going to do.
Hey, I fuck with
Cucks. If you guys want to fund that on our OnlyFans, type in the chat, please punish me game and donate all your paycheck.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
the whole thing.
Leave
I
just
no
need to
exceptions.
see your W-2 to know. Or your pay stub.
leave
Pay
just
stub?
enough
Pay stub.
Direct deposit.
leave just enough to pay bills so you can continue.
No. What the fuck?
So you can
no
continue.
hustle. No hustle.
Oh, get a second
Hustle.
job.
Work some overtime.
Get
Yeah,
a second
bitch.
job. You
You
louse.
fucking pay
I
piggy.
want the
fucking
base pay.
fuck.
Yeah, I want. Yeah. Your base pay is just the start.
Yeah, bitch.
Let's go.
Yeah, work harder. Get a fucking promotion.
We're going to get a really weird fan base from all of this.
Hey, shoot.
It's
A
gonna
fan
be-
base is a fan base, bro.
It's going to be all over the internet. Be like, hey, we don't really care what they talk about, but they're super mean to a bunch of people, and there's going to be like
That's
every
what do
cuck
you
on the
think
face of
the-
the planet is going to be like,
What do you think the C stands for in WA3C? It's WA3 cuck.
You thought it was Collide?
You thought it was collide?
Nope.
No, sir. Cucklides.
When awesome collides. Onlyfans.com/when awesome collides, please.
but yeah, so Elder Scrolls, Oblivion, dope. Skyrim's trash. Anybody who tries to fight me with, it's been made 95 times. Well, that's because people are stupid.
Yeah, that don't make it right. That just
No,
makes
people
it
are
right.
stupid. They
picked
finally
the worst one.
That's where Bethesda finally said, "How do we appeal to every fuckboy that plays games?" Oh, I know. We're gonna make a really shitty Elder Scrolls that has dragons in it, so that everybody's like, "Oh, I like dragons."
Spicy hot take. Spicy hot take.
That's not a spicy hot take. That's a spicy hot fact.
No, I'm about to say a spicy hot take. The Elder Scrolls Oblivion catching on, or Skyrim catching on for so many systems is the equivalent of when Post Malone was like, he put out White Iverson. I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is it. He did it. White Iverson. When I started balling, I was young. Oh, that was what he started with. And then everybody was like, what's the song that really put him on? What's the song that really put him on?
Oh,
Congratulations.
Yeah. So everybody was like, and then he was like, ooh, people like me singing. I ain't doing no more rapping. I'm only
like
singing.
Kanye.
And I was like, no, White Iverson was so good, bro. And then I'm like, everybody heard you. What? It was like, just because you picked this garbage thing to be popular doesn't mean it's good. That's
Like,
Are you
Skyrim.
trying to say that White
Yes.
Iverson and fucking Congratulations don't sound the same?
No.
No,
I got me
not
some
even
braids
at
and I got
all.
me some hoes.
Okay.
That's the start of the one.
No, yeah.
But they don't. And it's weird that you think
They sound exactly the same
the
to me.
chorus.
Yeah.
So he sings the chorus of White Iverson, raps the rest
So
of the song.
Post Malone is the
Then he
Bethesda of
started-
the music world.
Yeah, because he's kind of a glitch. Yeah.
He found something that
He
worked.
found something
and
that
then
worked. Like he's
it
like,
just
people
worked.
like me singing. Like he only used to sing the hooks, the chorus. Now I sing everything. I liked it when he rapped.
Yeah.
And then I like when he was like
when he was a
he was
rapper.
what Drake. He's what Drake thinks he was. Like Drake just be like, hey, I'm rapping and singing. I'm like, I guess you kind of doing it. Like, but Post did it. White Iverson was that. But then like Congratulations caught on, and now he just be singing everything. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just
No,
saying
it's
that the
still
thing that
good.
they picked was not as good as the goodest
like
thing.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So like Skyrim was still fun. I enjoyed.
Skyrim was fun,
I enjoyed
but
the
New
concept.
Vegas, though.
New Vegas.
That thing
is
slapped. Why don't
so
more people like New
unbelie-
Vegas?
I heard everybody was like, New Vegas is shit. And I'm like, I don't understand how a game that has 4 different paths. Here's the okay, so just a quick story about New Vegas that pissed me off while I was playing it. But if I get emotionally involved in a game, great game. There's no, you will not convince me.
That was my Tails argument.
You will not convince me a game is bad if they somehow got me invested in what was happening.
Something doesn't have to
There
be
is
good
a,
to be enjoyable.
There is a companion you can get in Fallout New Vegas. His name is Boone. He is mad because they call him Kaiser's army, but he's Caesar. They all dress up like Roman.
But Kaiser is the
dickwads
way it
and-
was pronounced.
But
Caesar is the way we pronounce it. It's like Celtic.
oh goddamn!
Yeah. What, you didn't know that? You thought that was like, yeah, Caesar's name isn't Caesar.
I never
it's Kaiser.
thought about it because everybody just said the Boston Celtics.
Right. It's Celtics.
No,
And
I know what
nothing
Celtic
bothers
is,
me-
yeah.
Nothing's more infuriating. I'm like, I know you know that word. I know you know it's Celtic, but the name of the team is the Celtics. It's like people who live in Versailles.
Versailles.
Right. It's infuriating. I hate it.
Vassier.
Yeah, they'd be like, yeah, we live in, I live in
Tied it in.
Versailles. And I'm like, you mean you live in Versailles? Like Versailles. I'm like, you know, I can't tell you, you live there. It's wrong,
Facts.
but I can't tell you, you live there.
Like
But
Kyrie
anyway-
and Kyrie.
Like Kyrie and Kyrie.
No. You're saying that the same way both times.
It's different.
Kyrie is not the same as Kyrie.
Right.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Kyrie.
Yeah.
So you're adding
You can't tell. You can't
emphasis
tell.
on
Hold on. K-Y-R-E-I. Kyrie.
Kyrie.
K-A-I-R-I. Kyrie. Kyrie. Kyrie.
I said you're just adding a bigger
Right.
emphasis on certain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it's spelled. It's two different.
That's fine. But you did not do that. You said Kyrie and Kyrie.
Yeah, it's Kyrie and Kyrie.
Oh, I'm sorry. So
He's
you're
doing
making
a
fun of
better
the
job.
fact that I have a speech impediment.
Wow.
Your speech impediment is cuh.
Yeah.
It can be whatever.
Bro,
It's
have you
my
ever, how many
speech
cut words
impediment.
have you heard him say?
Cuz
Cuck about 1,000 times.
And it sound right.
That's it.
But if he said cook, like that's what that's what
It
you
sounds
haven't
like
heard him
he's
say
talking
that.
about a chef.
Yeah, you haven't. Yeah, you haven't heard him say
could.
that.
But that's how Goofy says it.
Boone got mad. Wife got murdered by Kaisar's army. The way it's supposed to be said. Caesar's is dumb. It's a casino, not a person. Is that better? Did I do better?
Yeah, fair.
Caesar's Palace. I've been there.
Caesar's Palace. I mean, it
Anyway.
should be Kaiser's Palace, but yeah.
But no, they made it so they can
But
say
they made
whatever
it
they want.
theirs. Yeah.
So the only thing that made me so mad in that game is you get to a point in the game where no matter who you fucked over, they'll tell you, hey, you have a pardon, come talk to us because you have the golden chip or you have the platinum chip or whatever, so you can decide what happens and who gets power and who gets water and all this other shit. And I was like, fuck, okay, yeah, I've dicked over Kaisar's army the entire game. I'm going to go see what he has to say, and then I'm going to get my pivotal save moment so I don't have to play the game 4 times. I have one save file that can branch off in the 4 different endings because I'm interested, but not wanting to play the game
Is it
4 times.
is it bad that I think that's cheating?
Uh,
I get that. I get it. It's
if
efficient.
a game
but it's
gives you
cheating.
that option, it cannot be cheating. If I somehow played the system, no, but the game
Man, that's
gives
fair.
you
That's
the game
fair.
gives you the option. They literally you get into New Vegas. And then all of a sudden, Mr. House is like, come see me. And then the New California Republic is like, come see me. And then Kaiser's Army is like, I don't care that you've been a bastard. Come see me. And then, fucking that robot with the smiley face is like, no, you don't want to see anybody. You want to work for yourself, man.
Yep.
And you're like, oh,
and
okay.
you load him up, and he's like, nah, I got you, bro.
Yeah. So you can save right there. They give you the opportunity because they know you've put 300 hours into this. You don't want to play the game again. So I fast travel to the place where I know Kaiser's Army, like they put you on a boat and you can go see Kaiser and all this other shit. The minute I fast travel, Boone goes, why'd you bring me here? And then he starts shooting everyone. He starts attacking everybody after they've given me a pardon. He murders single-handedly this companion in a game that no matter how many times it said stop, I hit the control that said stop, don't shoot nobody, wait for me. He's like, nah, they killed my wife. And then he starts shooting fucking everybody. And so, they hated, everybody hated me. So I'm like, fuck, okay. But you can get a disguise in the game because that's how games work. They're like, we don't know. There's so many recruits. You could be whatever. So Boone killed a lot of people. I took a dead man's clothes and I put them on, and it's just like, oh fuck you want us. You cool. Go talk to Kaiser. He got these 2 fucking German shepherds right sitting outside that fucking tent.
Mm-hmm.
You know the only thing in the game that knows if you're in disguise. A
Dogs.
goddamn dog, because apparently
got smells.
imposters
You got
smell
smells.
different
It's
than
only
regular
smells.
people. So I did everything. I spent 5 hours, and I'm not exaggerating. I had meat, I had fucking bones, I had all this shit. I would throw it to see if the dogs would go follow it, and they'd be like, "Ooh, what's that?" Nah, I smell a bitch. And then they would fucking they would sit at the door, and then I was like,
Smell like bitch.
I was
Smell like bitch in here.
smell like bitch outside my tent. What up, motherfucker? And then I was like, fuck. So I ended up telling Boone to go attack somebody in the back of the camp. So I was like, oh, this motherfucker can go kill people. I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna sneak. I'm gonna get in Kaiser's DMs and be like, hey, bro, what's up? What can I do for you? I know what you can do for me, but I want to know what I can do for you.
Yeah.
So I do that. Everybody leaves the tent except
Kai-
one motherfucking dog, and it sat right outside the door.
Kill it.
You can't kill it. If I
It's a
attacked
dog.
any,
You can't attack. You can't.
No,
kill,
you can actually.
No, you can't kill those dogs.
You could kill those dogs, but then if I attacked anybody, they would know I was in disguise.
Oh.
So I was like Dana Carvey. I'm like, am I not turtly enough
Yeah,
for
you
the
was
turtle
turtle. You
club?
turtle.
I was not turtly enough, and I ended up having to play that game a second time. That's how good that game was. That I was willing to play it a second time. Also, Fallout New Vegas is the best DLC of any fucking game ever made ever. The 4 DLCs in that game are so cohesive, but on like an underlying content level, unbeatable.
So I was so against DLC. I know this has nothing to do with the current talk, but I was so against DLC when it first came out as a concept that I refused to indulge in it. But like all things with time, it's just fine. That's just what it is now. I remember when they first introduced DLC, I was offended. I was like, wait a minute, I got to buy the game, then some more game? The fuck I look like an idiot?
think about
and then look at me
like a cuck.
look at me. What am I, a clown? And then look at me at the circus now buying DLC left and right.
Well, no, I think when it first
Full mask and everything.
Bro, I'm at the circus, bro. Like,
when it
Rainbow
first came
hair
out, it
and all.
kind of sucked, right? Because it was just like Halo, buy 4 new maps, and it's like Call of Duty, have more duty in these 4 maps, and you're just like,
Why everybody got a fucking southern accent?
why y'all got a truck commercial?
have you ever met an oil tycoon that's not greedy? That's all I hear in my head. Is people being like, I got more oil over here, and that's all. That's
They're
all I hear.
all southern. I love it.
Yeah. Anyway,
You remember when
Fuck
Halo
this
used to
down.
be good?
I remember.
but it was always like buy 4 new maps, and you're like, yeah, I get 4 new maps, and they're like, you can still play if you don't have these 4 maps. Your queue is gonna be 2 minutes longer, and you'd be like, I don't want to wait. I'm impatient. I'm gonna spend $20 on these 4 map packs, but then somehow they always out of rotation, and I never play them anyway.
It's nonsense.
Nah, the one that pisses me
But
off
then,
is like
hold on.
Call of Duty. When you had the map packs, whatever, and like you go with your friends and they show you the little thing like this person doesn't have the DLC, so then you feel like a
They
broke
call
boy.
you out?
They're
They're
like, you're like, oh, you don't have the DLC.
Hey,
Like,
which bitch?
boy.
Why
My
can't we
mama.
play? Why can't we play the map I want to play? And there's like,
my mama ain't giving me the
look
DLC.
like somebody here don't have a dad because they ain't got no DLC.
It was the worst, son.
by the way, that joke just leads me into 2020 could not survive 2010 and before
Bro, it'd be
lobbies.
over, bro. It'd be over. That's what one of my
It's
favorite.
too much,
I'm about to
man.
a spicy language alert. But like whenever I'm on Twitter, because obviously I'm like all black people, I'm an anime avatar on Twitter because no nigga on Twitter has their face. It's just anime
Nope.
avies. But like literally when they're like, oh my god, you said something to me and I'm harmed. I'm like, bro, where were you at in 2006 when I was sitting there like, oh, I'm just having a great time playing some Call of Duty 2. So I'm like, smell like. Here and I'm like, damn.
Smell like
He's like,
SpongeBob. I'm just chilling.
There was one guy.
I just got off school. I had a hard day. They're like, yeah, you had a hard day. In them fields you feel. I'm like, oh no.
No joke.
Hard
There
day, I
was
got this
one
hard
guy-
dick for you.
There was one guy who told me,
Uh-huh.
Can
Dolphin
we,
noise.
can, we
I'm
make,
telling you.
can we make an asterisk that says, I didn't say this, somebody said it to me, so I can repeat it?
No.
And now if he's gonna
That's
get
not
us
how that works.
canceled,
Mm-hmm.
if he's
Dolphin
gonna get us
noise.
canceled,
Y'all wouldn't have survived
that's what I'm saying.
2006
See, and
lobbies.
but hold on, that only proves your point. We can't say now what 13-year-old kids were saying to me
Man.
in 2006.
It was
How-
rough.
as
I
soon as I
wasn't
got
even
on there, bro.
It made me laugh so hard when somebody would get mad at me, and that's what they thought the insult was. I'm like, I don't know where it lands, bro. Like, I'm probably whiter than you are. Like, why are you yelling this shit at
Oh,
me?
I get it, bro.
And then if
X
they,
was definitely the person calling people double N
No,
R bombs.
no.
Dolphins.
Absolutely.
Dolphin noises in that chat.
I was not anybody. That was
He was like, "Oh wow, hey, sorry guys, I gotta get off and enjoy a family dinner because my dad's still here. You dolphin noise. Oh no,
I do want to make it very clear that was
that's
not
what he
me.
did. Oh,
No,
That's exactly what he
that
did.
was not me. But it was either the dolphin sounds or, hey, by the way, the only reason you beat me is because I was like upstairs fucking the shit out of your mom.
bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm about to be your stepdad,
I had your
bitch.
sister
Like
here
calm
sucking my
down.
dick. That's why I lost. Hey, bro, I was too busy smoking weed and fucking your mom. That's why I lost. Like,
I
yo,
had these fat doinks and I was swimming with your sister, dude. Huh? You don't know anything about fat doinks, huh, you nerd? Playing video games too much. You're like, damn, 2006 was raw,
yeah.
bro.
And my favorite part is he's telling like, listen,
2012 was probably.
The darkest internet days.
You know
back
what?
in them B days, bro.
Honestly, I think about the time that Obama got voted into office, he must have signed a bill that said if you play online and you use this hate speech, you can't play online anymore. Because about 2012 is when that shit was
So I
just
get it.
like
when
nope.
everybody else like, hey, we got a black president now. I can't be dropping double hard
Dolphin
R's,
noises.
double dolphin noises in the chats anymore because Obama gonna hear it and he gonna be disappointed.
Obama got elected in 2008. I am not stupid. I'm just saying it took
But also
4
I mean,
years for them to
right.
put that bill into effect.
But right, no, you just gotta, you gotta phase it out. It's gotta phase out.
right. Well, it's just like I was just mentioning to you guys. I'm playing Overwatch, like no one says a word, and it's funny because I have to look down on my mic because I go on a tirade. I call people all kinds of shits when I'm upset.
Cool little thing about this is that I didn't know that you could lose endorsement until this dude over here was like, I looked it up and it was like, yeah, if people report you and you leave games earlier, you lose endorsement. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Because this dude was like, hey, my endorsement went down. I was like, that's not possible. And I looked and said, hey, if you a dick, you don't get endorsed.
Oh,
you
man.
lose rank.
My buddy got literally kicked off of chat, all Xbox chat.
So you might have.
For
No, I didn't. I figured it out. You
24
have.
hours, he was
Oh,
not
you
allowed to
didn't?
use any kind of chat.
From talking
Because
shit.
he literally told somebody just, no. All he said was, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And they kicked him off
That's spicy speech.
I've said-
for 24 hours. And I just thought,
that's spicy 2020
if
speech.
anything, he was just telling you self-love is important. Make sure you take care of yourself.
Oh, man.
You gotta
Spicy
beat off.
2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I will say, like, so the problem with Overwatch is that I'm starting to discover now that there's a lot of kids that play that. So when I'm saying
In
you
quick
fucking
play, because I play a lot of quick play, and I think that's what it is.
yeah, in quick play, yeah. So I'm like, so there was this one time we were just getting stomped, and people were just doing dumb shit, and I was like, if you terrible motherfuckers, if you don't get the fucking controller out of your fucking assholes, use your goddamn mic and learn how to use your motherfucking head, play this goddamn game correctly. I don't have time to carry your motherfucking ass across this finish line. You guys are fucking pissing me off, and I go on a tirade for 10 minutes. And I'm just talking
That's the whole match.
shit. Oh yeah. Oh no.
You
The
don't think
10
that
minutes was
affected
including
your-
no.
Oh.
The after the first 30 seconds of getting fucking slaughtered, and I'm talking shit the entire time.
Hold on, you went ham after 30 seconds? Like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
even
no, it was
established.
Bro,
awful.
there's
It
sometimes
was
you watch
awful.
somebody and you're like,
Yeah,
okay.
You just don't know.
It was
okay,
awful.
yeah.
No. It was
That's fair.
awful.
Right.
Yeah. It was like what's Hanamura is the one that's
Sure.
that has the buses. No. That's
a
the bus.
Numbani.
No. It's the one that has like the one thing inside the fucking. I'm 100% positive it's Hanamura.
Valskaya Industries?
No, it's Hanamura.
Fine. Yep.
Hanamura is the one with the it's Japan, bro. Like
Yeah,
the
it's
objective
that one.
A is in the
Yeah.
okay.
I know for a fact it's Hanamura. But like, I'm like, what the fuck? And we just getting picked off. Like I'm talking about like the first 30, we got a team kill. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Yes, exactly. And I just go off and they start fucking playing better. I'm still calling them fucking small dick fucking pieces of shit. And I'm like, and then it hit me.
You were in a game full of cucks?
I was probably yelling at fucking 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
And I can't do that. Or the one time this one kid was like, hurry up, pick something. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I was like, I'm so sorry, kid.
Oh no.
I thought I was muted. Every single time I looked down at my fucking mic, dude, I'm like, please, because I
Whenever you guys
cannot.
played Halo 3, this was the only reason I would mute. I muted everybody because you would be. I thought I was the shit, but I was fucking 16.
All right.
And then you have these little kids. The whole time they'd be like, Vito. When a map would come up, I'm like, shut the
up.
fuck up. And they'd be like, Vito.
Like, shut up, kid. And I turned my Linkin Park up real loud. And I'm
And
like,
I'd be
yeah.
I'd be
was my
shut
favorite.
the fuck up. And they'd be like, I'm your dad now because I just came in your mom. And you'd be like,
Xbox
That's
Live was a
that's
different
a
world.
really-
it was a wasteland.
that's a really
it was a
weird-
lawless wasteland that I hope we go back to.
I really do. I really miss
I'm
talking shit.
surprised
I
we're
am
not
soft-
there in
I'm
the
soft
current
now, bro.
in the current climate of our leadership. I'm not sure how we didn't make it back to
'cause that's not like-
2006 Xbox.
It's a
I don't
cancel
think-
culture, bro.
No, because I also don't think that's like the majority of like. This is gonna sound stupid, but like
Those people are still out online.
right. But no, I'm saying everybody
the
sees that.
flyover states still have a
Everybody
voice.
sees
Apparently,
that, right? But everybody sees that and they're like, that's too much. Like back in the day, you were just being like, "Hey, I'm wild because I'm wild." And it was edgy. Now you're like, "Dang," but like nobody wants to do what their parents are doing.
Jackass
and that is
goes off the
epitome,
era
like,
or goes off TV, and
current-
everybody's like, you know what? Nah,
current
I got
president is the epitome of somebody's granddad. So if he just started like if he started hitting the mop right now or something, it would be like if he right like
I would pay a crazy amount of money to see Donald Trump hitting the mop for me
right,
one
like
time.
if he just came out, he was just like, "I've got the best meme, Yankee with no brim." I'm like, well, that's
got
the
the-
end of TikTok. Like, that's over, bro.
I got the best memes. I have the best memes.
the best memes. He's like, yesterday,
Have you ever seen a meme that was good? Well, mine is like
Mine
that,
is like-
but even better than
I've
that.
got the
Just
best
fantastic
Rule
meme.
34, and I'm like, well, I can't go on the internet no more.
No,
You ruin
hold
the
on.
internet.
Listen, if Donald Trump comes out in a presidential fucking thing and says, I have the best Rule 34. The best Rule 34. I'd be like, what the fuck Rule 34 does that nigga got? I need it.
got
Presidential Rule 34. I need that ASAP. I need that shit tomorrow.
You got every FBI agent and
Oh,
every phone
man.
on deck. I need it.
He would have all the dolphin noises.
Bro, he got Mrs. Incredible's actual. He got who she based off of in the lab right now, throwing it back. Yes, But in general, yeah. So we
Yo, I do want to see some Rule 34 with Miss Incredible and fucking who's the nigga from fucking
Fantastic, Franklin Ray.
What is Rule
Reed
34?
Richards. Mr.
No,
Fantastic.
not that one. I'm talking about the dude from Watchmen,
Oh, the fucking
the blue nigga. What's his name?
Dr. Manhattan.
Dr.
Yeah,
Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan, Mr. Incredible. He said Rule 34. If you got that shit, send it to my fucking
Send it
DMs.
to the way.
First off, what's
Wait,
Rule
hold on, hold on.
34?
If you got it, what?
Rule 34.
Yeah.
What? No, don't. Hey, well, no. What don't have to be? What's known doesn't have to be talked about.
If you don't know what Rule 34 is, go
Get
to our
off the chat.
OnlyFans.
Get off the air.
Send me a DM on the
I
OnlyFans,
was
and I'll
just
tell you
trying
what
to
it
look
is.
out for people listening, bro.
Well, then
No,
you need to go on
this
the
is one of
OnlyFans
those things,
and
right?
ask.
This is one of those things. Real
Are we
G's
talking Dr.
move in
Manhattan from the
silence
Watchmen?
like lasagna.
Anyway, are we talking Dr. Manhattan from the movie or Dr. Manhattan from the HBO series?
Not from the HBO series.
No,
Nobody talking about
what?
the HBO series.
Have
I didn't
you
even know
seen
that
the
was a thing.
Dr. Manhattan from the HBO series?
Does he have a bigger dick?
Nah, he a thick.
Oh.
He a thick boy. He like a.
But is the dick thick
He
though?
like.
Bro,
We saw Dr. Manhattan's penis on Watchmen.
have you seen that meme of the guy who sits there and his dick hangs down to his ankle?
ain't seen a
Damn,
meme
he got
like
them
that, but
schmeat.
he got
the
that Timmy Turner schmeat. He got that Timmy Turner
Dr.
schmeat.
Manhattan at the end of that is sitting on his knees and
Oh,
his dick is around the
that
corner.
I will.
I'm telling
Jeez.
bro.
That I will explain because I'm not trying to go to jail for looking at kids.
I was gonna say like yeah,
So
go ahead and
Timmy
Timmy Turner. Mm-hmm.
Remember, if you ever watched Fairly Odd Parents,
Timmy Turner.
he been wishing for a burner, but you know what he didn't wish for?
Bigger schmeat.
Bigger schmeat.
So you know
Not
he was
one-
packing.
So you
not
knew
one
Timmy was
episode.
packing
Go
that
back.
whole
Go
time.
right now to every episode of Fairly Odd Parents, and if you find
Why
it,
you think
send
Wanda
me
was
the clip.
always smiling?
Bro, he was ready. Cosmo was on her. Why do you think it always showed up in pairs? It's not because they were in pairs. It's because Cosmo had to watch his back. Because Timmy Turner had that thing on him.
He got the thing
He had
all the
that thing.
time.
That's why Designer made the song. Designer was like, "Oh yeah, he wishing for a burner." Yeah, because he didn't wish for schmeat.
Yeah, he already has it.
He had that. He got the full foot long.
His
Listen.
regular number was too hot, so he needed something,
He got that
to
Quiznos
handle
on
his shit.
deck. He said he got that Quiznos on deck.
He wished to be an adult one day because he wanted to match how big his schmeat was.
He got that Blimpies.
At Drex Stubbs.
He got that.
Lenny,
he
you
got
know
that Penn
Drex Stubbs?
Station.
You know Drex Stubbs?
What?
You talk about New York all the time. You know Drex Stubbs?
I don't know. That's probably some upstate shit. We don't have.
Is
those.
that upstate shit?
It's Northeast chain.
That sound
Sounds-
like that
that
sound
sound-
upstate.
that sound upstate.
That sound upstate.
It's a Northeast chain.
He only
Yeah,
know about
it sound-
going. He only know if it ain't about going into the subway.
it's not in
it
a
ain't-
bodega, I don't know about
If you
it.
can't, that's what I'm saying. If you can't go to the bodega,
If you can't go to Mr. Hernandez's bodega or
Oh,
and
hold
he
on.
might not have it, that's not who the Ock is.
Yeah, bro.
Ock's not gonna be that.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
He ain't gonna be Mr. Hernandez.
Nah, bro, you don't even know his name.
yeah, oh yes you do.
Nah, it'd be like Skinny or like like.
No, not the dude who runs it. Nah, fuck you.
Yeah,
Get outta
absolutely.
Here.
What are you talking about, bro?
What are you talking about?
Did you go to a bodega, Xavier?
Plenty times.
Yeah. What was the name of the guy?
I knew a Mr. Hernandez.
Did you actually?
Are you sure?
Uh huh.
That's upstate New York. I'm talking about the
Yeah,
city.
they nicer
No.
there.
No, I got
Oh, no.
it's just Arab, or we got a Chino,
Yeesh.
or we got that was what we called him, bro. We
That's
never
that
knew
old timey
names.
You know what? Hold
racism.
on, hold on.
That's that old
Hold on.
timey. It was
Hold on. Maybe
that's just
we
what
had-
we said. Like
Hold
that's
on.
just what we said
Maybe
back
we
then.
just had different experiences because
I get it.
again,
Ooh.
I
I'm just
look
saying,
different enough that somebody's
I asked this man his name. He said his name is Arab. I asked the guy at the China spot what was his name. He said, "Call me Chino." I'm just telling you what he told me. All right, I'm not saying that's why I called him.
Sure.
He told me that.
Sure, bud.
He told me that.
Sure, bud.
Yo, I'm being dead ass.
Up, sure, man. Hey, I'm
All
not
right.
denying what you're
Listen,
saying.
it's 2020.
Get it, bro.
If someone says refer to me in this fashion, I'm gonna refer to them in that fashion. I'm just gonna be respectful.
Sure, man.
Is that what-
As long as they wanted the good ones, like you know. What I'm saying? Oh.
Oh,
Oh man.
nope. All
Yeah.
right, that's where that's gonna stop.
Yep. What are some let's just get a quick top three. Like if you had to get top 3 RPGs of all time in your list, what would that be?
What's your 3?
My 3.
No, he said Witcher 3, but
Okay.
Not what's your 3 because
Oh, what's your-
it's probably wrong.
Got it.
oh well, that's not fair.
It is fair. We've already talked about this.
No.
Adversarial lifestyle.
Well,
I'm
that's
going to say
fair.
my 3, and then we can figure out Lenny's wrong 3 or Maui's wrong 3. You got Witcher 3,
Is it in any order?
number 1.
Oh wow. Just start with the top boy.
The Witcher 3 is the greatest RPG I have ever played. It is the number 1 game of this console series. I would argue that almost to the ends of the earth. I would argue that it is the greatest game of this console series, not
Does
ever.
the end of the Earth mean that the Earth's flat?
No.
No, I'm just saying, like there can't be an end of the Earth. If
Yeah,
it's
there
round.
can be when Earth ceases to be Earth.
No. So you're saying
That
the
is
end
the
of
end
the
of something.
time? You don't mean like the ends of like the physical
end of
Earth?
I didn't say the ends of the Earth. I said the end of the Earth. The Earth will end at some point.
Jamie, could you look that up and see if the term is ends of the Earth or end of the Earth?
Oh, looks like it's end of the Earth.
You didn't even look it up. You just
But I know.
You're not gonna argue with his ass, are you? You can look it up yourself.
bro. Look
Yeah,
it up.
gotcha.
Look it up if I want to know.
You
That's
got
fair.
your own computer and phone, bro. So Witcher 3.
You're already wrong, but it's all good. Continue.
want
Yeah, continue, go
you
ahead.
Want, you want the kitty
yeah,
logo.
yeah,
Got it. Okay, so Witcher 3. Oof.
This dude's so confident in The Witcher 3, he didn't come with anything unprepared.
The Witcher 3
You don't
is
really
1
need to
through
know
3.
anything else. Witcher 3 is the greatest game of this console cycle. Greatest are probably my favorite
What's
RPG.
who the top
So-
5 artist of all time?
Dylan.
Dylan. That's what he
spit
top
his-
5.
I would say Witcher 3, Pokemon Red and Blue, and
Sound like a vibrator.
ooh, something happened, bro. I'm sounding way different. Fallout 3? Not
3?
Fallout 3, not Fallout 3.
You mean New Vegas?
I want to say New Vegas, but I
But
don't
you
know.
just said it was the best Fallout game, and now Fallout 3 is gonna be the top
No,
3
I
of all
misspoke.
time.
Saying Fallout 3 better than New Vegas?
No, not even close. I misspoke.
Obviously.
Fallout no, Fallout 3's main game is better than New Vegas's main game. New Vegas is better with its DLC than Fallout 3 with its DLC.
What did you have the better overall experience with?
Right, that's what I'm saying. New Vegas overall, because I played all the DLC. I don't know if I have a third. I think third, I get to too many contention points, and I'm not really sure how to answer that. So I would say Witcher 3, and then Pokemon Red and Blue, and then I will say objectively, I'm going to pick.
Subjectively. This can't be objective because that's not a fact.
Objective doesn't need to have a fact. Objective is opinion.
Subjective.
Nope.
Okay. But hey, bro. Hey, I get you, bro.
I have an objective, so objectively,
All right.
I'm going to say, I would say it would be honestly for me it would be a tie between Oblivion and New Vegas.
Okay.
It's a tie.
Number 1 is Final Fantasy 9. It's just purely because that's the first game I ever beat, and the experience is there's very few times I've cried at a video game. So I cry at every sports movie, but there's only one video game that's ever made me cry. Final Fantasy 9. Second would be Tales of Vesperia. 3, I would say Tales of Berseria, but Dragon Age, Breath of Fire 4 on the PS1 is one of the greatest RPGs that nobody has ever heard of. It's incredible. You're like, hey, you like dragons? Yeah. You like dudes named Ryu? Sure. You like when you can take the dragon scales and you put them into everybody and you just get different powers? Yeah. But that's a lie. Actually, that's not number 3. You know what 3 is? Digimon Cyber Sleuth.
2.
You remember you playing that?
I played, I'm not even joking. I will tell you.
It's a great game.
The only reason I wouldn't put this
Cheeks.
at number 1 is just because it's, as far as an impact on my life, it's not number 1. But on July 4th, I remember this. I got off work that Thursday. July 4th was on a Friday. So Thursday, when Hacker's Memory came out on a Tuesday, I picked it up. I was working, too busy, getting that bread, team bread getters, you know how it go. Thursday, got off work at 1 because I left early. I was like, hey, it's 1 o'clock, playing with some Digimon, want to, 4th of July, do my thing. By the time that Sunday happened, 85 hours.
Damn.
There's only 72 hours in 3 days, bro. So that means I started when I got off work.
You created time.
Bro, I literally got off work at 1 o'clock. I only slept for 4 total hours in 4 days. I had to call off that Monday. I was sitting there like, damn, I really played this game for 85 hours in 4 days. That's crazy.
Get how you live, though.
I guess so that's number 3. What about you?
Number 3 is going to be Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Great game.
Fucking fantastic.
Yes, sir.
So you said I saw both of you start at your top,
Yeah, so
but I'm going to
starting
start at the bottom.
That's right, because I'm going to lead it up to
Yeah,
the
why
number
did
one
you
game.
start? We lead with
Yeah, you
strength in here.
stupid.
So
Yeah.
you the type of dude who sends his minions out when you could just go out and take care
No,
of
I
the
just wanted to
problem.
make sure that everybody knew that he didn't even think his top could compare with our bottom, so he started at the bottom and built it up.
that's
No.
silly.
No.
That's silly.
Why would I start with the best shit?
It's silly. You say this is the best thing ever,
Yeah.
and these other things are cool too.
Yeah. Exactly. So,
When I do my countdowns, I'm doing from greatest to least.
yeah. Number 1,
Yep.
fucking my cock.
Yeah.
And the rest of it is not as important, but I guess
10,
you're still going to be
and
here.
then we end on the balls, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
1, my cock. 2, my base. 3, my balls.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
That's it.
Right.
Okay.
Who wants
Yeah.
Top 3.
like what? Who leading with the balls?
All
Bro?
right. All right.
Sometimes.
Your
Hey,
worst pick is what?
if you lead with the balls, hit my DMs. Yeah, if you leave with I need that. If you start with the balls first, dog, I'm telling you, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yep. I
Yes,
understood.
sir.
I understood shortly after we
didn't.
said it.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
like,
okay.
what?
All right, spicy shit.
2020.
Yeah. All right, number 3. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. It was a fantastic game. I really wish they would have came out with a second one. It was just phenomenal all around. Number 2, Kingdom Hearts. What I just talked about. The entire series is phenomenal. There's a little bit something for everybody. It's real versatile, and obviously, like I said, it brings a lot of the nostalgia. You play a lot of the Disney games. Number 1.
Burger King foot
They
lettuce.
did make a Knights of the Old Republic too, so I'm confused.
What? Yeah. Yes, they did.
Yes,
what?
they did.
Yes, they did. What?
Absolutely,
Please
they
tell
did.
me you
What,
know
let
that
me-
they made a
No, he
Republic
he
too.
you talking
literally
about-
just said if they came out with a second one, that would have been great.
Oh, they did. You didn't know that?
What?
Oh,
no, wasn't that the
no.
PC game?
No, that's Star
No.
Wars: The
Oh,
Old
then I did
Republic.
play. I did play both of them. I'm sorry. I did play both of them. They were great. I'm sorry.
That's
sorry.
fine.
Yeah, because the other one had the one dude's face. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. They were both
Darth
fantastic.
Bane?
Can't remember. I wasn't. In fact, a lot of these
Look it up,
games.
Jamie. Darth
maybe.
Bane. Type in Darth Bane. See if you got a face thing. See if you got this thing.
Keep going.
So
keep going, keep
number
going.
1, and that's building suspense. Number 1, greatest RPG game of all time. South Park: Stick of Truth. Fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it's actually kind of a good game. Yeah,
It's a
fucking
great.
this shit.
No, no, no.
It's a fun
It is a
ride.
great game, but we have not discussed. It's a turn-based.
It's
So
a strategy RPG.
it's a strat. It falls into a
RPG?
different, but sure.
But
Yeah.
it says, it's fair. It's fair.
So you're saying Stick of Truth over the Fractured Butthole?
Yes, absolutely.
See, I've never beat the
Because
fractured
the
butthole.
fractured
so I can't
butthole
tell
was
you.
it was just more ridiculous.
I can't say
Which was
fractured
funny.
butthole. I have to say
Fractured
butthole.
butthole. Yeah, fractured butthole.
Because we know what it is.
Yeah, I like that they were like, well, you can't call it
Butthole.
fractured butthole.
But you can
Okay.
say the fractured.
No. It wasn't that. They wanted to use the word butthole in the game. And then Matt Stone and Trey Parker were like, how can we get butthole into the title? And they're like, butthole, butthole.
It said anal fissures. That's the game. South Park anal fissures.
It's like in Team America, where the sex scene between the puppets originally had them like pissing and shitting and throwing up all over each
Love
other.
it.
And they put it in purposefully so the MPAA would see that and be like, you can't fucking have that. And they're like, well, what if we just have them regular fucking? They're like, well, if you take out the shit, piss, and throw up, you can have some regular puppet fucking. So, like, the fact that they are always trying to beat the fucking
Chess.
racism, like, hey,
Chestnut checkers.
hey, guess what? This game is called Asshole, Butthole, Fuck Your Mom. And they're like,
That's what I say. That's what I
that's
say.
not,
I'm like,
that's not okay.
Hey, I need a refund on this thing. But you've had it for 6 years. I'm going to shoot this place up. It's like, what? Or you can give me a refund. They're like, all right, that's fine. You can have store credit. I'm like, cool.
I guess so long as you don't shoot this place
I
out.
love that. You give me store credit for anything, I'll be like, I was going to buy something
That's
anyway.
what
So
I
it's
was
almost
gonna-
like a full refund.
That shows you I'm already stupid.
What'd you pay for this 6 years ago? $87. What's it cost now? $30. You can have that in-store credit. Okay, that seems fair.
That's
Yeah,
a
that's-
dub.
that's fine.
You're an idiot. I
What a
would've-
fucking idiot. I would have spent $30 without your $30 credit.
You could've
so
said
now
no.
I'm going to spend no money. And they're
Hey.
like, well,
Now I'm going to spend
but
$100
but
because
I
I'm
haven't been
stupid.
shot up, so I'm good.
Honorable mention: Lost Odyssey. Lost Odyssey is
Man, oh my God. So that
Fuck
that
Lost
way-
Odyssey for
no,
one
dude.
reason and one reason only.
That's
'Cause
5
it was
discs.
great.
No,
It had 4 discs,
because
which
it
is
was
incredible.
4 discs, and I hated more than anything when
not the
somebody would come in to trade it in,
And it'd have 3
there
discs.
would be not even 3 discs.
1, 2, 1,
There would
it'd be 1, 2, and
what you
4.
There would be one disc that was scratched the fuck up
Yeah.
and it didn't trade in for enough and be like, hey, I can't take this. They're like, what do you, or when you told him it was like $5, they're like, what you mean it's $5?
It's
It's
4
got
discs?
4 discs, bro.
It's still
How's it only 5? I'm
one
like,
game.
it's only one game. You have to install all of those. And like, no, but it's 4 discs. That one Call of Duty disc costs $60. I'm like, because the whole game's on that one disc.
But yeah, so that's what. So yeah, I know.
Never played Lost Odyssey. Fuck
It's
Lost
great.
Odyssey. I wouldn't play it after
That
that.
was a great
and those are
time.
the only reasons.
That was a great time in
Phenomenal.
RPG
And it was like
history.
Dynasty
For
Warriors, so I was like-
that was not. So one of the coolest things about that age is that I picked the PS2 over everything because PS2 is the greatest console in the history of consoles.
Shout out.
But I picked the 360 over the PS3 when I first came out because I was in high school. I just graduated from high school, didn't have a lot of money. Made like $7 an hour working at the place we all worked at. And I had
Which
to
was
pick.
way more than minimum wage at the time.
Well, so never mind. My bad. It's $5.25. So I made $5.25 at that time, working at the place we all worked, and I had to pick. I could either afford a 360 or a PS3. I said, I'm gonna go with the 360. More of my friends have them. I'll play online with them. And then PS3 came out. RPG's smorgasbord, buffet. I was like, dang, I'm hurting. I don't have enough for a PS3, but I miss RPGs. And then they were like, hey, you know what? Infinite Undiscovered, Last Remnant, Lost Odyssey, Magna Carta 2. We in that
Last
thing.
Remnant was fantastic.
Weird game, dude.
Sleeper.
Weird until you start to realize you're like, oh, this game is just really a regular turn-based RPG, but you put like 9 people in the picture, so you tricked me. But doesn't make it a bad game. It's a great game, but that was one of the greatest things that ever happened. When they were like, hey, you like RPGs? What if we give you the same RPG 4 times? I said, that's good enough for me. I buy Final Fantasy every year. You know what I'm saying? And that's
People
what
buy Call of Duty every year, and it objectively got worse for a long time.
I buy Madden every year. It's
Bro,
the
they
same
get so
game.
much sweatier.
It's the same. All they do is they're like, hey, like literally.
They take that helmet off, and when all that sweat comes out of the helmet, you're like, ooh,
You know
this
the game.
great graphics.
You know the game's good when they like. I swear, if they just take the helmet off and it's just waterfalls.
You remember
was
Madden
realistic.
01 where ice cubes fell out? Well, now it's sweat.
Yeah. Hey, that was the greatest time in RPG history for me. Not because the RPGs were good, it's because I was in a drought of RPGs, and they gave me some RPGs. That's like when you're like, hey, you can't have none, and you'll be like, oh, just a little bit of coochie, and she like, you can look at it, and you're like, hey, that's good enough for me. That's what I was like, cool, standing at it from a distance, looking behind the mirror. I'm cool with that. Hey.
D-Mark been cucking since 1997.
You know how I go, baby.
Yes,
What do
sir.
they do, baby? But again, hey, thanks for joining us. We are
Real quick.
Oh, so
no.
RPGs, JRPGs, and Western RPGs.
If you care, comment and let us know, and we will get into that full debate because that is a 2-hour-long debate.
It's
After I got some
honestly-
spicy ass information,
it's
where
honestly
somebody
not.
said Fallout 3 is a JRPG.
No one said that. There's not a
Oh.
single person who said that.
Oh,
No.
I have it on confidence that you said that.
No,
Wow.
no, like legitimately. There's the
Confidence.
entire.
How
So
are you gonna say on confidence he's right here and he
thank
said
you.
he didn't
That's
say
super
it?
weird.
Because somebody
So-
else is saying he did say it, so who do I believe?
But he's right here.
That's actually super similar to the argument I was having with the original person, where it's like, hey, so when we were playing Overwatch, and he was like, man, I can't believe you didn't play Overwatch with me for 5 years because I did this one thing. I was like, that's not it. Well, someone told me that it is, so it's a fact. I'm
My
like,
favorite
shouldn't
part
you
about
ask the
that
person?
conversation.
And then it's like, no, so the same logic that he used is who this guy's using. So I get it.
Either way,
say less. Say
if
less.
you want to hear that debate, we'll have that debate, but it's 1995.
It's literally not a debate. The debate, I'm
is
going
a
to answer the
debate.
question right now.
Masturbate.
JRPGs and Western RPGs are different. There are ones that are JRPGs. There are ones that are on the left. Let's do a spectrum. There are the original Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, clearly JRPGs. The Witcher, Mass Effect, Dragon Age, clearly Western RPGs. The current new Final Fantasy 7 could be both. It's more of a JRPG. You could make arguments for both. There are games that walk the line, but
There's still one or the other.
Dark
though.
Souls is made by a Japanese company. I would call that a Western style RPG.
Nope.
That's fair to say.
I would say that it is a JRPG
In what way?
highly influenced by
So
Westernized
do
RPG
you see? Right.
elements.
So do you see what I was? So
No. But you're saying you think
no. See what you just did is I said there are some in the middle that could be argued for both.
I don't
And
think
then
it's the middle. I think it's 60% 140 the other.
My favorite part is that you're both saying I think and still saying you guys are wrong.
No. Right. Well, no. What I'm saying is again. I say, hey, you can make an argument. So here's my sentence.
Yeah.
You can make
You
an
got a disclaimer,
argument.
I get it.
You can make an argument either way. It's not necessarily clear.
Right.
You just did the same thing that the other person did. Say, no, this is the fact. If I say it, it's the fact. And I'm like, okay, well, cool.
Even though I
I'm
said I
going to
think.
bow out of this conversation because if one person says, you can make an argument, and the other person's like, you can't. There's only one answer. There's no point in having the argument. So there's no debate to have. Again, thank you for joining us. We're When Awesome Collides. People should learn how to talk to other people. Have a great day.
I love it. Shout out to Willie Beats for the outro.
Oh, also, yeah, cutie outro. That just slap. Let's go.
The outro's been cute. I said thank you, and that's usually when I start it. Either way, thank you guys for tuning in.
Cutie outro.
Fuck it. We'll be back next Tuesday.